Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Occupod, now on Spotify. I'd like to extend a very special dunker to our 38 listeners in Germany, our 9 listeners in the UK. Please accept my thank you to our 2 dear Australian listeners. Cheers, you fucking drongos. To our 2
There's one now.
Austrian listeners, Dunker. To our 2 Irish listeners, Gurav Mataguth. And a big thank you to our 1 American listener. And finally, a big old tack to our 1 Swedish listener. Now, with that out of the way, let's get back to it. What the fuck happened last time? I haven't played this since last year. It's been forever. What's going on?
We found out people are listening to us.
People are listening to us. We're now on Spoofy. If you're listening to this as it's released, we're recording this on the 23rd of January 2022, and there's going to be a
24th.
Or the 24th if you're cursed with
Being
Australian heritage. Yeah, so the future is now.
Happy New Year.
Then. Yeah, Happy New Year. This is our Sanguinala episode. No, it's not. I do Sanguinala when I want, basically. I previously...
Was that linked to the calendar?
It was loosely tied. Calendar? It was loosely tied to Christmas. So when Sanguinala would be in game, would be vaguely Christmas time. However, due to how sessions have gone, a year would have passed in game with no Sanguinala episode. So now I just do it when I see fit, which is, quite fitting as a DM. So yeah, last time, you guys, what happened last time? Because it was a while ago, and
we're out of gas.
You're out of gas. Well, you're soon to be out of gas.
We found a man.
You found a man who
looked like a man.
Found a man. Found some kids.
Found some adults.
Yep.
And we sent them to the kids.
That is true. That is a very quick summary of what happened. So yeah, you've been working your way through the desert of Burnt Kings in Al Jadar. You went to the Mutalali Oasis. You went to the Sighting Spire, and Lothar almost got his leg blown off by a landmine. You guys went to Sundered Crossing, where you found a bunch of children who you reckon are refugees from Vredim. You then went over to the depths of Diam after picking up a looter-cum-trader called Sardu, who has got some looted Skitari bits and also a pendant of yours, Amelia. But yeah, you guys
tell us he was trading cum.
Sorry, that was a very good interrogation role, which I should have told you guys about. You guys went to the depths of Diam, and you've got the 2 guards there to bow down before you as agents of the Inquisition, and they have headed over to Sundered Crossing. So, the 2 guards of the depths of Diam head off west in search of their tribe's children. You have camped outside the deserted mine for the night, the flames of Redeem to the north having died down. It is, as always, a blisteringly hot morning. After camping and travelling, you now have 2 days worth of food and water, but only 1 day left of fuel. The Blades of Resh are moving. In your party, you've gained Sardu, a looter, who promised safe passage back to the Pleasure Dome in exchange for Emilia's leaf pendant. What is the plan?
Housekeeping on that.
Yes.
So how did he react to the Inquisition?
I think hushed awe when you whacked open your... I picture Lothar as having like a flip open wallet. It's got like
It's a series of flips. It's 4 flips, and on the first bit is where I'm holding it, and then it's the rosette, and then 2 pictures of the rosette, and the rosette with its kids.
It's next to the Black Nandy's card, and the
I like that you think that I'm holding the Nandy's card.
No, of course, we know for a fact it's Orfemia.
Say, excuse me, I thought that was me.
Only one man is free in Nandy's, and also banned from Nandy's here.
I use a drive-through with disguise on.
Far too cheekies.
So Sardu...
There's also like expired for this Ruck Burdishuk gift card there.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. How sad.
We could have used... Oh no, actually it doesn't matter, does it?
No.
When it was given to you, it was expired as well.
Money is no object for you guys. But yeah, this guy was in hushed silence. I think he's kind of...
Was he an
It was, the Inquisition?
As in surprise and alarm, got it.
Yeah, so he's not really said much. He's not the most talkative of looters that you've encountered in your lives. Sardu's kind of keeping by himself.
We're going to have to kill him, aren't we?
What?
That was a big
out of
jump
character,
right
out of
there.
character. We're going to have to kill him.
No, but I mean...
that's still quite a big jump.
Yeah, if that were the case, we also need to kill the 2 guardsmen.
Oh, no, and we're going to have to kill the kids.
And all the children.
Or we
No witnesses.
abduct
All right,
him.
Anakin.
Anakin.
Yeah,
Skywalker.
Yeah,
The pop
Kill-
culture
time to kill the
reference.
Padawan.
yeah,
Younglings.
yeah.
God, I really didn't.
I mean,
I wish
as
we really didn't
always,
have to show them.
I'm not telling you to kill the children. As always, the onus on this is on you guys. However, I will point out, most opportunities you've had to kill children, you have
How
taken
dare you?
very keenly.
I mean, like, have you
Oh,
downloaded the
you
Kill Child
gaslighting
mod into this
motherfucker.
game?
Yeah. Usually, this is we're
It's your
playing.
fault you're killing these children.
Yeah, we're playing a modded version of
Rat
Dark Heresy, as
bastards.
Russ just pointed
They're
out. I've
wrong-
changed the source code
they're-
to
They're
make
just
children
in the
vulnerable.
wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
That
And
makes me
being-
feel better.
Being part of the Inquisition, wherever you are, is the right place for you and the
Yeah.
wrong place for everyone else.
I'm not saying it'd be hard, but I'm saying that if we replaced warning landmines with a Luke free chocolate sign, it would probably sort itself out the problem we have right now.
For the old guys or for the kids?
Plenty likes chocolate, eh?
Yeah,
That's a
both.
good point.
You're in a desert. Food's not easy to come by,
Yeah.
as your
We're
current food
gonna have to make
situation
sure
will
that
point out.
Torek doesn't go and eat all the chocolate then.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
Oh God.
So, what is
Look
the
for
plan?
horse meat.
It is early morning.
So we're currently at depths of the Am right now,
You
aren't
currently
we?
are camped out just outside the depths of the Am.
And how long would it take to get to... Is Redium the place that was burned down?
Yes, that would take a day of travel to get there. And by day, I mean literally like
Well,
daytime.
and then
not
are you
nighttime.
gonna break the previous plan and promise to go and dropping the guy off there? We also
Oh,
need more
we'll drop him-
fuel.
We'll drop
by
him
the
off,
way.
but like this might be a bit of a roundabout route. He never said directly go there, did he?
So you last
That's
time
true.
promised to go to the mines and then swing back by the pleasure dome. So your
Is that
plan
what we
last
said
time.
we do?
Your plan
can't
last
remember.
time was to head back to the Oasis, resupply the water, and then
Bless you.
send someone back to the pleasure dome for fuel and for food. Now, travelling by foot takes twice as long, so if you run out of fuel at the Oasis, it will be 4 full days before someone can come back to you. You currently do not have enough food to last that long, and you may need to find food elsewhere. You can hunt for it, but none of you guys are, well equipped to hunt in.
So we're
How,
already
Absolutely.
losing
fat
food? I
is
thought we were.
Lothar?
How fat's life? I reckon you could slice off a few chunks.
Yeah,
No. I could
No.
hunt for food. I could bring back
Yeah,
more than what I
those-
weigh.
and I can
Both-
hunt for food as well, but it would take a lot less effort on my part.
I hate that we're talking
How
about this over breakfast.
How about after we finish this beautifully reconstituted meat-flavored sandwich, we go hunting?
Usually you want to try and do that at night. but we
That's how
could.
cowards hunt. Next
Or
next week we
hunters.
say you don't use your bare hands to go and hunt for food.
Boy, have I got a surprise for you.
Can I intimidate the sand dunes who are giving up their bountiful harvest?
You can certainly try. Give me an intimidate roll.
If this works, I
The
swear to God.
bountiful harvest of sand dunes, as we all know, are a good source of food in desert situations. I'm afraid you're unable to intimidate.
Right,
sand
that's an
dunes.
awful rule. That's
That
good
is-
to get that out of the way now.
Yeah,
Sar-
this is- get 'em out.
Sardu, right? That's the name. I'm always
That's the
gonna mix
name
it
of the
up.
trader. He's kind of,
Yeah.
I think, sat in
No,
some trunk of the
he.
Taurus.
I guess we never truly. So we're. How are we on food? Like how many days?
You currently have, so not including the stuff you've eaten. The stuff you're eating this morning will count as the whole day,
Right.
basically. Currently, you have 2 days worth of food, 2 days worth of water. So so 2 days worth of water, 2 days worth of food. So you can go to 2 places. However, you've only got fuel to go to 1 place. So
So
You can-
basically, do we take a detour, break our promise a bit?
Mm.
Although we still intend to bring him back, and go to the burned city that's been destroyed and looted and probably has scraps to pick through, or do we go to the oasis where we at least know there's water?
if you go to Redeem and don't find fuel there, it will be probably like a full week of travel to get back to the pleasure dome.
I
Gotta
do not want to
skip
be
to
going
the
that
biscuit.
long.
Mm.
Yeah. I think we probably should head towards the Oasis, personally.
I think Vadim. Redim? Veridim?
Redeem.
Vadim. I think Vadim.
Why do you think Redeem?
I have a good feeling about it.
Oh,
Looks
okay.
to the looks over there. It's
Yeah.
just fire in the
It's
distance.
still smouldering.
I have a good feeling about this.
Yeah.
Black smoke rising up.
We ever needed a definition for blind faith.
Look, I can guarantee you the Emperor's Light is blessing that area right now.
No, fire
I
is
say
blessing that area right now. There's a
bursts up and
difference.
the building collapses.
Yeah, meanwhile in Verdim.
Yeah.
Everything's on fire.
Oh my god, children!
What would you guys like to do?
I
Team
vote we
Redeem.
stay to the current path and go to the Oasis.
I also vote we go towards the Oasis because
I vote we go to Vadim.
Of course you would.
So we've got a 50-50 split of Redeem.
Can
I'm sure
me
Sardu
and-
would like to head closer to the pleasure dome.
Redeem said
Yeah, but
I would like
he doesn't
to.
have a say in it.
I would like
you have no. We give you the rank of master, but not a seat on the council.
How about me and Tora arm wrestle Lothar and Amelia, and
Yeah,
you win
yeah.
stage wherever you go?
I'm down for this. You can take Amelia. I don't like those octopus hands.
Here's a question out of character.
Okay.
Hmm.
On foot,
Yep.
how long is it to Verdim from here?
2 days.
Okay. By car, how
1
long
day.
would it be from? I guess the car's gonna break down or run out of fuel at the Oasis.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, like, if not that it's the best idea, but if they really want to split up, we could get more fuel and then come back there. But it was still going to be multiple more days than they'd be out there. So
Me and Tora hunkering down, surviving in a destroyed town. That sounds like good content to me, to be fair.
I just highly suggest that that's a stupid idea. But
Nah.
No, I think
It's
I
an
think that's
idea.
a really good idea.
Okay.
We'll cover more ground this way. You guys can track. You can track the blades there at the same
right,
time.
and if an army comes for them,
Oh, look at
I've
these
got.
guys.
I have arm and I have knee. And Tora points at his bicep,
So-
and then at his knee.
If you guys split
And
the
I have
party,
Famuel.
if you guys split the party, you're also going to need to split the food.
That's fine. You'll take
Oh,
the
they
food.
can hunt.
They
It's
can
all
handle
right.
without it.
I
Does
mean,
Mina
one day
even eat?
both ways works.
Yeah, actually, it would.
Oh no, they need 2 days. Well, they'll get there hungry.
There are big penalties which I will impose if you do not have food or water.
I say we get the food because we're going to be 2 days in the sand, while you're going to be 1 day, and then you're going to be at a food source.
Well, we're going to be at
food
a
Okay.
water source.
Right. Bear in mind, guys, you would have to meet up again. So if you guys stay in Redeem, that's going to be 1 day to go to Middle Alley Oasis by car, 2 days to go to the Pleasure Dome, so that's 3 days total, 2 days back to Middle Alley, refuel the car, so you're currently on 5, 6 to go to the depths, 7 to go to Redeem. It's a week you'd be leaving them there with
So we'd have to.
1 bit of food.
So if we had 2 days of food, we'd have to wait 5 days surviving.
Pretty
We're gonna
much,
come
yeah.
back to them like fucking bugged
but-
out wild men, like
But if we
surviving off scrap.
But
But-
I think so. I have the light of the Emperor to guide us.
we go into Vadim to find the fuel, so the car we should just go to Vadim in the car,
I flip on the
so we can
Voxcaster
put more fuel on it.
Okay.
in the meantime.
Who are you calling?
Oh yeah,
Uh,
we could just order food.
Actually, wait, we do have Valkyrie gunships in Norway.
We do have Ultra Eats, yeah.
You do.
I mean,
Lane can offer you guys supplies if you need to.
yeah,
would think
can we
this
have
would
Lane the
be-
supply drop us some food for me and
Food
Tora?
and fuel.
I feel like he's gonna be pissed about that, but
Will he be pissed?
Why would
Where's
he be
Far-
mad?
We're as
Why would
far
he be mad
away.
about dropping us food in the middle of the desert?
Look,
Sardu clears his throat and says, "You can summon more gifts from the skyfall than at will. This is an incredible ability."
Shut up, Sardu. There's not involving
Oh,
you.
okay, he says.
So I apologize for Nathaniel's behavior. He's just thinking about how we might have to kill you later. So
What?
just,
just
maybe
tell
just
him I'm
ju-
like-
maybe just be quiet.
Oh,
we have to be wise with our choices as to
What's-
what we bring
Well-
down from the sky.
Makes perfect sense. Oh, like it's not gonna. Nobody's gonna. No, nobody that we care about really is gonna notice us having a little food drop in the middle of the desert. So we'll do 1 day walking to the
I mean,
desert.
God knows there's a
order
lot of
a
air
food drop.
traffic around that other people are being distracted by. If suddenly there was a drop pod of resources coming down in the middle of
That's
the
a very
desert.
true
Or
point.
family
That's
looks up into the
again,
sky. What does he see?
we have to be careful. So Sardu, we haven't asked you. You know this desert, correct?
Yes, so I've travelled. I
How
don't live here, but you know.
you know of any hotspots for wildlife. I would assume the oasis, however, with the death that occurred there, perhaps animals are a little scarcer than usual, or not.
Generally, you are right. Oases are good. The Ishwala hunting grounds is usually the greatest source of food here, but you would be far too far
Oh,
away.
that makes sense.
That's also where the blades have gone. So,
And the river, does it
yes, there's
have
various.
life?
Yes, there's various animals that would graze there occasionally. Other things live below the sands, that sort of thing. But yes, generally, the closer you are to an oasis, the easier it is to find food. Many creatures won't live directly near the oasis, but would be nearby.
If these two are to head to Vredim, I'm assuming we have a physical map.
Yeah,
Or
you've got the map that our YouTube listeners are looking at right now.
yeah, well, yes. Do we have a physical, paper map, or
Yeah.
is it on the, wow, what's it called?
The data slate.
Data slate. I wanted
I
to say
think.
Pip Boy.
Wow. I think Yurt actually gave you guys a paper map from what I remember.
Okay,
I
so
think
I'd
so.
like to pull out the map because I assumed that I would have held on to it.
Yep.
And ask him, if these guys are heading from here to here, they're going to need food and water. Is there anything you can point out where they should look?
He chuckles softly to himself and says, "Well, usually Redeem would be probably the best place to buy food, but and he looks to the smoking ruin on the horizon. So I doubt you'll find much there currently. If the blades have been there, there will. I doubt there would be much left, animals or otherwise."
Yeah,
But there might be clues.
Potentially, but if you're here on your inquisitorial business, my lords, then I'm sure you Skyfallen are amazing individuals, but you still need to eat. You still need to drink.
Lothar, make a note for me.
Okay. La. Is that better?
Thank you.
You get a hearty thumbs up from BGC at that. He loves the Vance.
Wait a minute, we have BGC with us. He can come with us because he doesn't have to eat or drink.
That's true.
But you do.
doesn't
you
no,
still
he does need some nutrients.
He does.
Does he?
Yeah, but
Oh.
in a different way. He could basically survive weeks on end.
Oh, easy then. He can look after us. I mean,
I think I
hunt
need
for
to
us.
install some of that.
So we're gonna fast forward like 3 weeks, and it's gonna be BGZ dragging your guys' 2 lifeless bodies through the desert back to the oasis.
At the
I
rate
think
we're
it's more
going,
give him
through
a
the
pot
4
and
of
make
us.
him run back and forth to the river.
What would you guys like to do? I'm gonna encourage you to make a decision promptly. Split
Yeah,
the
Let's go
parties.
teams go to Redeem.
I think going to Redeem is not a good option right now with
Go to
no
Redeem is a
food
gamble,
and
and I have fate points to spend.
8 points cannot stop you from starving to death.
we also.
Watch me, bitch.
I don't know about that.
I really have to. I had to say, no. I want food, gas, and our promises are at the oasis.
If they go
I
hungry
mean-
for a day, what's the worst that's going to happen to us?
You're gonna get
It'll
additional
be a
fatigue
week
levels.
before we're back.
Yeah, but if we have the 2 food now, you'll be hungry for a day. We'll be you won't be hungry till we get to Redeem. Then we have 5 days of where we have to deal with food, and you'll have about 5 days where you're getting fed. So
I could
as a
just-
net, you guys are going to be positive. We'll be negative.
I forget
We'll
you
be
guys
seeing
have
you.
one collective shared stomach across all of you. That's a really useful thing that I forgot that Lane installed for you all guys. I've never mentioned it because it's not been important to the story of the listeners. But
Oh, wait,
all
do we
these
have
guys.
Wait, are you saying we have 2 rations of food each? 2 days
No.
worth of rations each.
No, I'm saying. No, it's collective. It's all like massive drums of water and these kind of bulk Imperial Guard issue things.
Right, if we
So-
had 2 days worth of food for the party, one day worth of those food for just me and Wrath would be 2 days worth of food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be
Great.
honest with you guys. I didn't intend for you to split resources down into smaller amounts. But as I should come to expect,
Warwick's
yeah.
Day,
You guys
So
wanna
yeah, so
split
no
the
matter what we
party?
do, we're going to have 2 days of food if we split up.
You guys want to
That's
split the
how food
party
works.
and die in the desert? You be my fucking guest.
Okay.
We'll move on
yeah.
to D&D.
I-
Job done.
I and Amelia highly suggest you don't do it, but I'm not gonna stop you. You're big, tough boys.
We are tough boys.
Yeah.
Massive tough boys.
Just don't know
Importantly
how
as
tough
well.
you'll be when you have no food or and surviving off only water.
Well, we have food
Importantly-
and water to get you redeemed.
Provided
then
the
we'll-
water's even clean at this
Ah, don't-
point with the destroyed village there.
Don't worry, I'll be fine.
Importantly as well, Amelia's got the keys to the car. So
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
Alright, then I guess
So-
this is where we split up then. We're gonna be I guess
Yeah.
Amelia and I are driving and
Sorry, dude.
Sardu is gonna be going down to the Oasis. Stock up
Can
on
we
water
pull up?
there.
Can we pull up the photo? The photo of us driving. Is it the same? Can it be the same car as we did on Scarbit?
the Chimera, no.
Yeah.
No, we're keeping it on the map for my reference as much as your own.
Understandable.
But what about the Duolingo owl just watching
sorry.
over us?
BGZ says, I'm coming with you, Amelia.
Ah.
Of course, wherever you want to go.
He jumps in the back of the Taurus.
All right. In that case, I'm going to get my backpack filled of 2 days worth of rations of water and food.
Dora does the same.
You guys are all in the back of the Ford Explorer. Love it. Okay then.
There's your
Is there,
finish.
Tora would like to. Is there a compass that Tora can get his hands on? Some
You guys-
basic navigation gear.
Welded into the Taurus, actually.
All right.
I'm going to say, Amelia, you've got a copy of. You've made a picture of the map on your data slate. If you want to give these guys the map, or just point them towards the burning wreckage and say, "Off you go, lads." It's up to you.
Oh yeah, it's burning wreckage, isn't it? Yeah, we could do it.
Yeah,
How
we'll be
hard
fine.
is it?
I'm
Yeah.
curious if they even ask for it.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's
That's
what
what,
Orc just
that's what I'm in the process of doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you imagine if they asked for the map?
Yeah, can you imagine that if Og actually finished his sentence?
Uh,
Alright, Lothar's gonna hop into the booster seat. And we should be, I guess, good to go.
love it.
Tora, M, can I have the map, please?
No.
Sure. Hand it to him.
What's the range of my eyes for Amelia?
What do you mean?
What's the how far
Oh,
away?
no,
am
I
I?
won't be able to. The distance is relatively close. For all my Wi-Fi,
Okay.
it doesn't go that far.
It's more Bluetooth than like Wi-Fi, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Bluetooth is much better. Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, I would kind of enjoy if we could cut in every so often to his eyes and watching him bang 2 rocks together to try
Yeah.
and make food.
I need a
It's gonna be,
satellite uplink for that.
Mm.
It's going to make a cut to us thing. We're going to have like some random desert society, fully operational and independent, living off the grid
Yeah.
successfully.
Oh,
You
I
guys-
guess to be fair, you guys could make it back to Sundered Crossing and survive there too, couldn't you?
What, and eat the kids?
Yeah, eat the kids. No.
I'll
I
put
didn't
my
think
robot
about that.
face. Put my big Terminator face.
Yeah.
Bring me food. Cool. I guess it's us then.
Cool. Sorry,
Wait,
I'm
who's
related.
got
I was
the-
just reading the Salvation rules.
Who's got the Rosette?
Lothar.
I do.
Lothar
Hey.
has the Rosette and Voxcaster.
Lothar, hear me out.
Absolutely not.
No, but hear me out.
Okay.
Can I have the Rosette?
No.
But
Hey Lothar,
Uh-huh.
can I have the Rosette?
Absolutely not.
Lothar,
Fuck.
Uh-huh.
can I have one of your business cards?
You're thinking of our Famuel, actually.
No,
He's got the business
didn't
card.
Lane give everyone business cards?
No, that's only
Nope,
your
just
family.
for Famuel.
That's
Oh.
no, that's me.
Only your family was specified. He had them
Oh.
printed by
No,
family.
I requested not to because I'll be honest, I didn't think I was going to live this long. So,
But
Oh, that
Lane
reminds me.
even
And I
Lane
reached
even
into my
printed.
pocket and I hand Sardu a business card that says, Banisher Famuel. Totally nothing wrong with him. He likes eggs. That's all. If you need to contact him, don't.
And
Oh my
then
God,
on
I
the
have
other
to do
side
another
of the
reverse
business
pickpocket.
cards, there's just a crosshairs, with like a skull in the middle of it.
He takes the card and pockets it, smiling weakly, and says,
It-
"When are we going back to the Pleasure Dome?"
as soon as we can.
But Lothar,
Uh-huh.
Lane even gave me business cards, and Tora pulls out like a handful of like different size, shaped, colored paper.
Those are
Um,
ambush markers. What are you
that
doing with
have
those?
that have clearly just been cut out by Tora and written with like Tora in crayon on them. hands on Cisadine.
Sardu.
Sardu.
Lovely. So, if we're splitting the party, what we can do then is we'll do the encounters, because even if you're traveling on foot, you'll still do desert encounters, and they're different.
Oh dear.
So,
Yeah, no, they're choosing the hard road. That's
absolutely.
Yeah.
You take the car road, and I
I'll
take the walk road.
And I'll be ready for you.
And you two march off to the northwest into the desert waste together. Car team, could I get an operate surface test for me, please, Amelia?
I'm still having trouble with the AC in the front seat here.
That was awful.
Oh,
What was that roll? Ooh,
it doesn't
that's
help.
a-
It's
Awful.
open
No,
top.
that's great.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
That's 5 degrees of success. Cool. Could you roll 1d100 for me as well, please?
All right, fingers crossed for a 69.
Yeah, baby.
Well, that's when Warwick gets to test out his what do you
Ah.
call it? New writing skills for his erotic
Oh,
fictions.
oh,
Oh no.
don't even.
Gregor,
Oh,
you're
no.
gonna turn into a diaper.
Not again. I can't do it again.
And with that lovely image, you guys head back southwest towards the Muscle Alley Oasis. I think eventually what happens is, I'm going to say it's probably around. You're traveling through most of the day. I think it's probably about 2 p.m. when you can see something cresting a sand dune ahead of you. It appears to be a tall, thin obelisk of carved yellow stone. Would you like to investigate it, or would you like to continue moving?
As we're driving by it, I'm going to look at it through my scope, actually. What is that?
It appears
need
to
a
be
roll
a
for me for that.
large obelisk.
Could I get an
It
awareness
does.
test plus 20, please, with magnoculars, as you use your sniper's steady hands to do it as you're bouncing around on these sand dunes?
Oh, I've had to do
Sardu,
this plenty of times. That's why I got 1 degree of
bloody boom.
success.
Sardu explains to you as your vision matches his speech, and he says, "Oh, it's one of the obelisks that the ancients left here. They're usually decorated as small shrines to Vresh, and hoping that he, brings gifts down towards them." Lothar, as you look at this one, noticeably the top of it, it's a four-sided obelisk. The top of 2 faces of it are imperial aquillas. One of these has been crossed out with you imagine a large scratching tool or something, but it's completely defaced. That's all
A
you
big
can see from
Sharpie.
this distance. A big Sharpie has been scrawled across it.
Oh, that's rude. Huh. So, to Vresh, you say, huh?
Yes, Vresh
If-
and the Emperor.
Oh, excellent. Let's take a look at this quick, I think. Amelia, what do you think?
Sure. You said it's people bring gifts here, or they come here praying for gifts.
Oh, bits of both, really.
Huh. Interesting. I mean,
Does it look Necron-y?
It
No.
certainly doesn't. I can tell you that one.
Your experience of Necrony stuff, this does not look Necrony.
Yeah. I'll take a slight detour.
Lovely.
I mean, it's not like we waste fuel doing that.
You put the indicator on.
That's good.
Yeah, you pull
Oh,
over.
we really should get that knocking looked at.
So, it appears to be covered in some common imperial psalms. You imagine this might have been put here millennia ago by some kind of man of the ecclesiarchy to kind of spread the imperial cults to Al-Jadar. Seems to have worked quite well. It has some quite common imperial psalms to the emperor and glorifying him across each side. As you look closer, every mention of the emperor has been crudely carved over with the name Vresh.
I'm not liking the look of this.
Could I get an awareness test for you all, please, Lothar? Give me an advantage roll on this.
I don't need to.
Smashed it.
I'm good.
As you all approach the obelisk, Lothar, you notice a kick up of sand over a dune, crossed away from you, maybe 30 meters away, as if something that was there has suddenly moved.
Oh, that's not good. Down. And I'm going to get prone, see if I can look using the scope.
Lovely. BGZ draws his radium carbine, loading it with malicious intent, standing next to you. You did not see anything from the spot. You absolutely can see like the cloud of dust that's kicked up from something that was once there.
I don't want to alarm anybody, but we are absolutely being watched. Don't know by what, but we're being watched.
Jawas.
Jealous.
Well, I mean,
BGC, did you see anything?
BGZ shakes his head.
Damn it. Okay. I don't know anything else that's around here.
Sardi shakes his head and says, other than the oasis, nothing really is here. These are almost random in their placement. Perhaps there was a town here once, but it's long since been lost to the sand.
I
That
don't know if
doesn't
we
seem
can
okay.
go chasing things while we still need food and gas.
I think I
BGZ says,
agree.
I do not like this. We are being watched.
I swear if we turn around, the Tauros is up on bricks.
They stole your catalog and convert it.
Shit.
You can go to the top of the dune and look around, but I have a feeling whatever you saw was probably aware that we could do that and has hidden itself.
Yeah, I don't know if this is worth the risk. Damn,
What would you
I
like
was kind
to
of
do?
hoping we could find some
I
supplies here,
mean, I've been
potentially.
sniped in the eye before. It'll be okay.
Yeah, I'd rather not. For me, I like both of the eyes. It's kind of a part of who I am, you know.
If there was
I
something
got a better
here,
eye.
if there was something here, you guys need to make a decision quickly.
This isn't worth the risk. Let's see if we can head back to the Taurus. The
Yeah,
Ford
I'd
Taurus.
say,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. Like, keep moving. Just keep an eye out at night if something follows.
Sounds like a plan to me.
You guys get back in the Taurus and head over towards the Muttal Oasis. Your journey there is uneventful. As you reach it, the engine lets out a final shudder, and just as you crest to where one of the tattered cloths of one of the tents is, it runs out of fuel dry. Let's cut to other boys up north. Hello, boys. Could I get who is Could I get
The mountains caught.
Could I get a
Yeah.
as you're singing? Could you? Which one of you is navigating?
I think Orc has a compass. I mean, Tora has the compass.
Okay. Can I get a navigate surface test then, please?
Not a survival test?
Nope. A navigate
Would s-
surface test.
Would
You're not trying to-
survival not help me as I'm wandering through the desert, Warwick?
You're not looking for water. You're not looking for food. You were trying to navigate on the surface to get to your
Can we
next
not see the
destination.
smoke plume of the town anymore?
I'm going to say you've dipped into a gully and it's outside of your sight.
Ah.
Where navigate?
Let's have a look.
Navigate surface.
That is.
Ooh, that's fun.
Oh dear.
Talk, it was 7.
Could you roll a?
What was my one, I wonder?
Could you roll? So for those of you listening at home, Tor
Wait,
rolled a
hold up.
7.
Magnoculars would
you
have
rolled
a
a
compass
44.
in them, wouldn't they?
You don't have magnoculars,
Yes, I do.
do you?
Yeah.
No, magnoculars are literally just binoculars.
What? No, but we had the beep beep beep. They'd have like a. Aren't they fancy binoculars?
I don't.
They
unless-
mag your binoculars.
Yeah, they're not. They're
I thought they had
standard pair.
they had a zoom in them. I used before. I thought they
Yeah.
were digital.
No, I don't think it's that high tech. You can get better versions of them that could do stuff like heat signatures and stuff, but these are not them. These are.
Also, regular binoculars can also zoom. It depends on how you focus the
true.
lens.
He's got you
I
there.
just want to bring to the attention of the DM that
Mhm.
Orphan is currently carrying 12 eggs. Does that boost his ration
No.
capability?
No,
Damn it.
the rate.
What
The
about
eggs are
the
an
2
aperitif.
eggs? What about the 2 eggs that I have?
I love
That's
how
14 eggs.
I fucking love how you guys make bad decisions and then come crawling back to me.
I'll just have
Oh,
a single
actually-
cigar.
No, okay. Samuel, let's just see together what I have got: a tin can and 20 feet of cable, an entire jar of lollipops, and 7 cans of beer. How about you?
I have 12 eggs, a cigar, this crystal essence thing, holds it up and you can like hear Eldar screaming in the background. I have a glow globe, I got a loud hater skull, filter plugs, and these winter goggles.
I forgot
Can
the
we
crystal.
eat grenades?
No.
Alright,
Can we-
what do you need us? Sorry, what do you need us to roll? Warwick, by the way?
1D100, please.
Hey, BGZ, do you think they're dead yet? As I'm setting up camp.
BGC lets out like a small shrug.
Can we see the
Oh!
average of our two?
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
No, Tora is navigating.
Ah.
So that's a 72 minus degrees.
That's
Okay.
112.
Okay, this is not random. Sorry, this is random based on the roll, but this is going to feel
Not random.
this is going to feel targeted. But I'm
Oh
unfortunately
my god,
this
is
is
it
how
my dad?
the table works. So as you two
Emperor?
as you two have been walking for, I don't know, I'm going to say once you reach probably, let's say, it's a similar time. It's sort of like 4 p.m. You've made half day's journey towards Redeem, and you find a small place to kind of set up camp. I'm going to say you look down at your water container and you go to take a drink, and there is nothing in there. And then you look back at the path you have walked along the sand, and there is a thin, wet trail running from over the horizon where you started, and you've lost half of your available water.
Oh, good thing we didn't need that then.
Good thing we've got beer, eh?
Good thing we got beer.
It's
Good thing we got
me-
beer and egg whites.
Yeah.
You're an egg white.
I
yolk
crack
behind.
open crack open 2 of my tinnies and hand one to Samuel.
I'll take
Could
one of
I
the tinnies.
could I get a survival roll, please, from either of you to set up an improvised shelter in this cave?
Wait, I thought you said we were done half a day of walking. Why are we setting up
No,
shelter?
it's a 2-day. Oh no, like this is towards the end of the day now. Like it's getting
Okay.
dark. Yeah,
We're down to 5 tinnies.
5 tinnies. You've also, with a full day, you're down to one day left
So
of
are
food.
we both doing survival wars?
Oh,
I've
who's setting
got-
up the tent?
I've got two
Probably.
dongles in survival.
I'll be watching. I'll be standing guard.
Yeah.
I'll be gathering firewood.
Oh, very nice.
Nice.
Hey.
Yeah, I reckon with the tents and stuff, you managed to set up a decent sort of sand shelter in one of these caves. It's quite a shallow cave. There's nothing in it. But yeah, you've got a small fire if you choose to light one, and you have some lovely egg whites and beer with the boys in the evening.
Nice.
So you've now only got enough water to get to Redeem. So you fucking hope there's some water there, or else.
Oh, I also have Lucasade.
Oh, why didn't you mention? Oh, sorry. That's fine. Lovely. So you guys have another day of travel to do in Redeem, towards Redeem. But for now, let's cut back to the Muttal Ali Oasis. What's this campsite look like? Is it looking good?
I'd say that there was a pretty nice little string trap all around, just
Okay.
to, little stakes. Fishing line used all the way
Yeah,
through with all the spent cans that we've
I
got.
mean, you set up traps here previously, and I don't think you mentioned taking them down. So I'm willing to say it's still the same ones.
Oh, excellent. Oh, dude, I'm really glad that we ran out of gas right where we last parked, right
Very
here.
handy.
It's
It's
gosh,
literally-
excellent driving.
There's still the tracks of it as Amelia pulls in, and it literally stops right when you first started. It's amazing.
Mhm.
BGZ makes the sign of the cog across his chest, and helps you set up some tents. This is familiar territory. You're not in any danger. I'm going to say you don't need to roll to set up these tents. It would just be silly. But yeah,
Excellent.
lovely. You guys, I take it you fill up your water at the oasis.
Absolutely. Not just that, but all of the cans that we had on the Tauros.
Yes,
Words, they're hard.
they are. So what I'm going to do,
So did they
Yes.
die?
not yet. They've lost half their water because one of their fuel cans has, or water drums has sprung a leak. So you've still got. So I'm going to say you tuck into some little food there, Lothar. So you've now got 1 day's worth of food for tomorrow, 4 days worth of water, and I'm going to make a note for the other guys have 1 day north team. Lovely.
For a part of the night, can I try to do just a tad's worth of hunting?
Sure.
Go out.
This
Actually,
is
I was going to have a suggestion.
Go on.
Yeah.
Lothar, do you have an extra weapon?
Yeah, and I pull out the las pistol. What about it?
BGZ, I imagine, could hunt, but shooting radiation into our food is probably a bad idea.
Ooh. Wait, radiation. Is that
Yeah.
why it's good? Okay, I've learned something today. I think I agree. Right. So I mean, I'm fine with either of these. BGZ, do you have a preference for pistol versus a long las here?
BGZ says, I have never hunted before.
I can't think of a reason why you would need to, actually. Well, I guess I could show you the ropes.
BGZ says, this is good.
Excellent. If that's the case, I think because it's probably as familiar to you as the carbine would be, here, I'm going to hand over the long las.
Cool.
You got 40 shots, so let's make them count.
Cool. Obviously,
I'll
like
stay with Sardu and kind of guard our spot and
Nice. Yeah, Lothar and BGZ, this night you guys head out. Lothar, could I get a survival roll plus 10 for me? This is going to represent how easy it is for you to find game.
Excellent.
Ooh,
I would like to fade that.
Give me another roll.
Would love to, because that would
wait.
fail.
Can you just fade it into success?
No, because it would be
87.
a 77, and my target 72.
There
That's
we go.
better.
Amazing. Lothar, I think after maybe an hour of trekking, I think you head back south towards near vaguely where the Hermit's Cave was. You're still a while away from it. But I think after a while you point out to BGZ some tracks. BGZ is not a hunter. He does not understand stealth. He is almost marching through these sand dunes. But I think you kind of show him a little bit about
Absolutely,
how to walk without rhythm. And yeah, I think after a while you find tracks that as you both peer over a dune together, you're able to see a small four-legged sort of vole-like creature, perhaps the size of a very, very large rabbit, which appears to be hopping and sort of skipping around some of the desert sands. Obviously, this is something that is foreign to you, Lothar. You've never hunted on this planet before. You don't know what this is, but you assume it's some kind of small herbivore.
Gotcha. I'm going to motion to BGZ to get down low and look to make sure he's doing exactly as I'm doing as we're getting down low. All right, here's the deal. Aim with that. Try to hit it in that spot there. I'm going to point out a really good spot where hunters would definitely know
Absolutely
is a good spot to shoot a small animal at, which I would assume would be the head.
Yeah.
But yeah.
BGZ says, observe this shot, guardsman, ave omnisire. And what I'm going to do is, because I don't have the stats for the long last to hand.
I do. I got you.
Oh, perfect. Well, what are the aim bonuses for it?
Aim bonuses are none.
Okay. Oh yeah, the scope's a different thing, isn't it? Cool. In that case, I'm just going to roll to hit on his rhodium carbine, and then you can roll the damage for me.
I would love to, and can we say that he is in a setup position so he gets a little bit of extra?
Absolutely,
oomph?
He's at full aim. He was
Cool.
I'm going to say this is standard range. It's a decent way away. This rabbit is.
Yeah.
And it is that a shot? He's going to fire, and he hits with 4 additional degrees of success. No damage has appeared there for me, but I'm pretty sure.
Why is no damage there? That's so weird.
The misfire.
Oh no, damage is there. It's damage of 5, but it's so far over to the right.
Oh, I see.
Cool, that's stupid.
Yeah, I think this is a lovely shot. is amazing. It basically bores straight through the back of this thing's head and it drops down. Yeah, the muffled crack of the long las echoes slightly in the nighttime, but yeah, it was a fantastic shot. BGZ gives you a firm pat on the shoulder. Proud of his work.
Absolutely. And I do a really very light clang on his. It's like that. No, imagine we're gonna make 100 out of you yet. Now,
BGZ says, "Let us now consume it." He does. You don't
so
understand him.
slow. Look, I get the feeling. I think either way, let's see if anything else pops out first, because it might. Something else might come in and check on where this had happened, or we might get a bigger game out of that. So let's wait for just a moment.
He nods his head slowly and begins wait.exe. I think maybe, let's say another hour passes. The desert is almost completely still. It's a beautiful, clear night, and you can see the stars above you. Then something moves in the sand. So from where this small creature was hit, you see something moving underneath the sand briefly. Then there is a burst of sand from beneath this thing's feet, and then it is gone.
Oh shit. We're gonna have every single sci-fi thing here. The worms from Dune have taken the goddamn
20 minutes later, a large scorpion emerges from the hole that was there in the center of the desert. It is easily the size of an autocar. 2 massive claws are on the front of it, and a tall barbed stinger hangs above its head. It slowly makes its way, tunneling back into the sand, readjusting its nest, but for now it is exposed.
Alright, I'm gonna very, very slowly look at PGC and say that is exactly why we wait. Because that could have been us.
Quick,
Yes.
use cinnamon and peppermint oil.
I'll do it.
It actually legitimately will.
Oh no, well. Well, we have 2 options. You can either find another thing, or how good of a shot do you think you are?
He shakes his head and passes the long lads back to you, and he motions for you to shoot.
Are you scared?
BGZ says something, which you do not know. For those of us listening at home, he says negative.
I don't know. You had a pretty good crack shot. Are you sure?
Your aim is better blessed by the Omnissiah, he says, though Lothar is unaware.
Well, whatever you said here, I don't know if I'm even going to be good enough of a shot to try and take a crack at that. Let's reposition. Let's see if we can find something that's not a giant fucking scorpion.
He nods his head slowly. You guys move away.
Absolutely, we do.
Could you
Just
give
in
me
case.
another survival roll? Actually, we'll do that in a second.
Okay.
Could I get an awareness test from you, please, Amelia?
Oh, that you meant me.
Rock is.
No,
beyond.
I'm here. Awareness.
Lovely. I am also going to roll one for Sardu, who also failed, although it says BGC. Looking out from your tent, suddenly you see 4 long legs of a horse slowly walking past it. You cannot see from your position who is atop it, but the look of it sends a cold shiver through you on this desert night.
A horsey horse. Like a horse.
It is. The horsey horse moves down towards the oasis. The top of it is a rider, a bow slung across his back. You cannot see his face from this position.
Oh, who was that? I wonder if it's one of the guys we fought with in the past.
Oh, you mean the Rangers here, or
No, the guys who this town got destroyed.
Oh,
I am
right, yeah.
positive every single one got jibbed.
Never know.
I do. They were.
I'm going to extend my ocular mechadendrite
Hmm.
low to the ground to try to get a better scoped in look at them.
Lovely. What would this
Like a
be?
snake.
Give
I believe I get a
me.
plus 10 on
Yeah,
that.
when you're using that, could you give me a perception roll, please, plus 10?
Just perception.
Yeah.
I don't put a plus, right?
No, just a 10.
I could just bait that and win, right?
No, you couldn't.
No,
It'd be a
that'd bring that to a
58.
58 rather than a 50. If you want to use
Yeah,
fate to
wouldn't that
re-roll
be
it.
equal?
No, so 50, it'd be a 58 rather than a 50, which is what you need.
Oh,
It would still be too high.
I could re-roll
You
instead.
could re-roll. It's a 50-50 for you right now.
Yeah, give it up.
Cool. See, there we go.
Nice.
Amelia, you struggle to peer your mechadendrite around briefly. There's lots of sort of scraps of tents that are between you and this man, but you see him dismounting his horse.
Mounted a horse?
He's
My sort of
dismounting
guy.
the horse.
That's much.
A recurve bow is over his shoulder, and a small quiver of arrows at his side clatters slightly as he dismounts. He dusts himself off, takes a small water skin from his saddlebag, goes over towards the oasis proper and dips it with the fresh water. His horse does it in kind and also drinks there. He sits there for a moment, drinking greedily from his water skin, refilling it, drinking once more. For now, he seems to just be resting here. About 10 minutes have passed. There is no sign of Sardu.
So, I mean, I guess I wasn't particularly looking for Stardew.
No. I'm just saying that Sardu has not appeared either.
You know what? I'm I'm the curious type. I'm gonna how do I want to approach it though? I'm not gonna like walk up behind the guy or anything like that, but I think
What's the deal with?
yeah, I'll step out and just walk a little bit forward and kind of, you know, give that sort of awkward half wave and kind of say hello, you know.
No. He immediately stands upright. He has dropped his water skin. His bow is already strung and an arrow is knocked. He turns to you, silent. As you can see him a little bit closer, he appears to be, from what little you can see, you can basically see him from his nose up to his eyebrows. He's wearing a quite heavy headscarf of a red colour, but he does look to be quite young. He does
I
not
mean,
respond.
it's aiming at me. Obviously, I put my other hand up, like, "Oh, I was curious who was coming into my camping ground."
He takes one look at you and goes, "This is not your camping ground."
For the moment, it was.
You should leave Skyfallen if you know what's good for you.
What? Why should we leave? What?
We. He
Yeah,
nods sagely.
there's. I'll just mention. Yeah, there was another in the tents.
You should not need
We're-
a reason from one who speaks with a voice of authority such as myself. Leave immediately, or I will shoot you, he says, and he draws back the string on his bow.
Do it.
I'm just trying to just like. I guess I'll take like a step back, but be like, we're here on our way back to the Pleasure Dome, simply camping for the night.
How many of them are you? You hear.
How honest do I want to be?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? That's always the question with the Inquisition. Only 2 regiments, nothing major.
Yeah, no, just the 2 of us camping here right now.
You hear Sardu emerge from his tent next to you. There is a long las over his shoulder. He's not revealed that it is just a sling that this man can see. The stranger nods his head slowly. He picks up his water skin and stashes it back onto his horse. He slowly releases the tension of the bow. The arrow is still nocked. Silently, he mounts his horse with the skill of a man many more winters than him. Kicks the stirrups. He heads out.
Are there any like symbols or like what does he look like? Any? I guess I don't know what the
You do not know what the Blades of Resh look like. He is headed off towards the west.
And he doesn't look like anything else. And I might remember from.
He looks like every other desert nomad you have seen.
Yeah.
Just with
I'm just trying to think if there's anything to gain out of it.
Sorry, pardon.
That's okay.
Well, I guess I looked to Sardu after he leaves. It's like, you know this person or who they're affiliated with?
Sardu shakes his head and says he knew you were Skyfall and implied that the Oasis was his. I believe that might have been one of the Blades. Or just a very possessive local. I'm not sure. It could have been either. And he looks around the sort of scattered remains and says, I don't think there are any locals of the Oasis anymore.
I suppose. Weren't the Blades originating from this Oasis?
Yeah. This is where you believe they first originated from, and they've been travelling since.
Well,
the cryopod or the escape pod that was at the top of the small sand dune next to it is long since been removed. What would you like to do?
I guess not necessarily going to go back to sleep. I'm waiting for the other 2 to come back, so I'm not going to leave the area.
Before we get on to Lothar and BGZ's big game hunting, let's skip forward to Tora and Orfamil. What are you doing this night? What's a night time with these 2 boys camping look like?
Well, I reached into my bag to see if I had any cards, and I couldn't find any. So what I did was I took my business cards and I put holes in them to represent playing cards.
Nice.
We were playing poker, but what I didn't realize was when I have my cards up in my hands, you can see what cards I have because the holes obviously go both ways through the cards.
Shit.
But we're still playing and pretending like neither of us are cheating.
I like
But both of us are cheating.
We're
a
both
lot.
cheating so heavily. But the
We're
thing about
using
it is,
eggs
we're both actually fooling. We're both actually doing really bad at the game, even though we both see each other's cards hands.
Okay.
But we're trying our best and passing the time quite happily.
Yeah.
Thanks for asking, Warwick.
No, I'm glad to know. Yeah.
It's good. It's actually good you pop in every now and then, because without you holding this group, this team together, the little nuances would be passed over.
Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah. I'm glad you know that, because it is important when the group is physically separated that someone is there just to check on you guys haven't died. Lovely, you 2 have a restful night's sleep in the cave. Lothar and BGZ, could I get another survivor roll, please, from Lothar?
With pleasure.
Success.
61. That is no degrees of success, but that is. Yeah, I think this will take you, I'm going to say, until around midnight. You're not going to have a good night's sleep. But I think after a while, you're able to find, perhaps on your home world, you would have known it as some kind of antelope. It seems to be a slightly taller, sort of gazelle-like creature, but it is chewing some sort of dry bush that is a little way away from the oasis still.
All right, BGZ, just like we did. Except this time, I want you to nail it here, which is an even better spot that I didn't think of the first time.
He nods his head sagely at your advice, and he's full on laying down. He takes a lovely shot.
I fade it for him.
No, you do not. BGZ does not have fate.
Why
Damn.
not? But I BGZ
going?
after
No, it's
killing his progenitor should have a fate point at least.
He does not have fate. He's an NPC.
Um,
Specific characters can have fate points and can burn them in the same way as you. BGZ is not one of them.
sorry. So what I would like to then do is follow
Speed
up
up.
shots with a las pistol from where I'm at.
Okay, this is going to be like a long-range shot with a las pistol from this distance.
That's perfectly fine. I'm making it a called shot. I'm going to hit it in the eye, and I don't get a penalty for making called shots.
Banging.
So,
You still get the range penalty, but you won't get the call shot penalty.
absolutely. So, full aim.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no.
Uh,
This isn't full aim. You weren't aiming at this thing with your las pistol before he shot. This is going
You
to
don't
be...
think so?
Are you telling me that BGZ was aiming down the sight with this? You were guiding his aim whilst you were also pulling out your own pistol.
Okay, maybe a little bit less.
Let's
of,
say half
like,
aim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. Let me back that up then. Quite.
Like, you quick drew it, aimed it quickly, and you fired it off. Yeah, full aim is you spent a good amount of time, like 5 seconds aiming.
Pulling a weapon out counts as you wouldn't be able to aim.
That is true,
Pulling a-
but this isn't like within initiative time. This is more abstract, so that's why I'm saying it's
Yeah.
half aim. You know,
Totally fair.
he's not firing right after BGZ shot. He's firing.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm-
5
yeah.
or 6 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not doing like a follow up shot. I wasn't aiming with him necessarily, so I would have had it out, but I would not have been like specifically aiming. Cool.
Yeah.
Range wise.
Long range. Last pistol at this range.
Okay. Just want to double check as a snippy boy. Do I have? Oops. Anything that helps me being a snippy
I
boy?
believe that only if it's got a scope can you ignore range penalties. Unless
Let's
I'm
see here.
mistaken.
Distance is no protection, and he suffers no penalties for making ballistic skill tests at long or extreme range.
Boom. There we go.
Cool. So that counts as standard for now. I guess standard rate of fire, I assume?
I think you can do a 3-round burst with a las pistol if you like.
I don't like. I think I'm going to keep it standard for just yet. Because I also want to show off to BGC.
Oh, of course. Boom.
There we go. That's how we show off.
Give me a damage roll.
I would love to. And
Boom.
okay. Let's see here quick. 2. I feel like I want to spend a fate point to inflict an additional damage to make sure this thing is dead. Is it dead with a damage of 9 though?
I'm going to say it's dead with a damage of 9. Do not worry.
Then I'm going to keep it there.
Yeah.
So totally fair.
Lovely. Yeah, 10 is about your baseline for your standard human. I'm going to say this thing is a little bit weaker than your standard boy.
Gotcha.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a fantastic shot with the las pistol. Another loud crack echoes around the desert, but this thing has been, its brain has completely been seared. It drops dead. BGC lets out a disappointed bleep.
No, I'm going to pat him on the shoulder. It's all right. It's okay. It's hard to hit that particular spot anyhow. I've just been doing this for a while. Right. I know last time we said, let's wait. For this game being as big as it is, let's not wait. Let's hop back. Also, I don't know if there's another scorpion or not. I'd rather not find out.
Cool. You guys head down, grab the deertalope, and yeah, you begin to make your way back over towards the oasis. I'm going to say you probably get back around 1 a.m. I imagine Amelia is there, paranoid and awake, waiting for you.
God, this thing is heavy. Hey, take a look at what BGC got.
BGC looks to you, and I was going to say smiles, but he doesn't have lips anymore. You imagine beneath his helmet.
Turns out he's a better shot than I am. God, this thing is heavy. What's been going on?
What is it again?
It's like
a
a
deertalope.
large sort of, a deertalope, yeah.
Yeah, you see, it's got a deer and talope.
No. BGZ says, I slew it for the Omnisire and for your food processing units.
Thank you. We do have, or we did have a visitor while you guys were out.
Oh, really? Who? And I'm going to pull out my machete to start carving this thing up.
I think Sardu actually helps you with this a little bit. He's familiar with these animals, and they are, funny enough, called deertalopes. He explains, oh, these are very good eating. This is a fantastic shot.
Yeah, I know, right? It's
BGC.
right smack dab where it was supposed to be. It was beautiful.
What a huntsman. But yeah, he assists you with skinning and gutting.
I just say I'm not sure who they were. Foreboding the right word I'm looking for.
Foreboding, yeah.
I don't know who they were or where they were from. They could have been somebody local. They could have been one of the Blades. They didn't like us camping here, but left us alone when Stardew came out of the tent.
Stardew was
really?
his head. I think it might have been one of the Blades, but I'm not sure. I've only ever seen at a distance.
He look
was
familiar?
fairly.
Oh.
No, I could only see his eyes. He was. He had a bow. He could have been a hunter, but he referred to this as his oasis, so it could be.
Oh. Well. Yes.
There are several possibilities, but
So
hard
it could
to
have been.
say. If anything, obviously, as expected, we're going to be watched as we move.
Yeah, no kidding. Especially with this thing. He's going to gesture over his shoulder at the
But
Taurus.
yeah, I wouldn't want to stay, I suppose, in one place too long then.
That's going to be hard for us with the Taurus, isn't it? Because it's out of gas, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah. So currently,
Yeah.
it would take 2 days travel to get back to the Pledge Dome, 2 days back again. So it's here for at least 4 days, unless you can get fuel in the desert somehow, or call lane.
You might want to. I mean, you might want to at least take the keys with you.
I can disassemble some parts from it so that it doesn't function.
Can you? Are you? I mean, I don't want to doubt you, but What could? You can do that?
I mean, I want to put it like the right. It's
I'm privy
sacred
to the mysteries
take
of the
apart
machine.
your things and
Hold on,
clean
look at
and
this
care
right
for
back
them
there.
and put them back together. That's in fact good for the machine spirit.
I mean, yeah, sure, for like
You
maintenance.
disassemble
things,
your gun, don't you?
Yeah, you put it reassemble afterwards, and I apologize to the machine for it. I don't just like leave it. That's going to be terrible. I'm going to very quickly eye over to BGZ and then back over to Amelia. Like, I don't think that's a. Like, doesn't it hurt? I guess I don't know enough about the machine spirit. I guess.
Let's see what BGC says.
BGC says, I'm sure the machine spirit will not mind if you remove the motive spirit for a moment.
Exactly.
Okay. I just
Of course,
look.
you didn't hear any of it. But
He adds, as long as it's returned with the correct rights, of course.
exactly. It will be returned, just not.
I love the idea that Lothar says, well, we need to hear what BGZ says about this. BGZ says something Lothar doesn't understand, and immediately goes, exactly.
Yeah, I just thought that too. It's like, that didn't help me at all.
Yes.
He's agreeing with everything I'm saying.
I mean, if you guys say you can, I'm gonna leave that to you guys then.
I mean,
Wow.
I suppose there's the problem of if they just take it or disassemble it further themselves.
Unless you want to split the party further and leave some people here.
No,
Do
no,
it,
no,
do
no,
it, do
no.
it.
Absolutely not. Nope. Already had scary things happen with
But we
water.
can
Not happening
hide
again.
it as best as we can and hope for the best in that regard.
I'm a little bit. Huh.
Hey, and
I'll
I
look
mean,
around.
if it does get stolen, you have the luxury of calling up Lane to let him know.
Hey, Dad, we
Yeah.
lost the car.
Dad, you're not
We
gonna
haven't-
believe it.
I stole it, mate.
Wrapped around a tree. It came out of nowhere. Yeah. I seem to have the pleasure of talking to. Great. Cool. Excellent. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then if you guys are sure, and we can make sure this isn't just gonna, I don't know, awaken some kind of terrible spirit within or something. Sure, totally fine.
As I've handled many machines in their bare parts in my time.
I'm sorry. What?
Exactly. That's what you do.
Why are you touching bear parts?
Yeah.
What did the bear ever do to you?
There's
They
plenty
leave
of
it
there
times
alone.
that something is disassembled for multiple days as each piece is cleaned and blessed and put back.
I don't know what
We
you are,
have
you're
a
blessing those
purpose. The
pieces.
machine spirit will understand.
BGZ places a reassuring hand on your shoulder, Lothar.
All right. Sorry. Just they taught us that you really only should have this disassembled for a very short amount of time, and then very quickly reassemble it so that you don't anger the machine spirit in the process. So I just chalk it up to training, I guess.
BGZ says Stygian doctrine, it will be fine.
I'll take your word for it. In the meantime, I say we have at least 7 days worth of food out of this thing if we carve it the right way.
Sardu nods and says, "We could probably, well, accounting for the other two who seem to eat quite a lot, though they're not with us currently. I reckon,
Back
yes.
to us in the cave,
eggs,
cracking eggs into each other's mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get
This play of
that
gluttony
show,
and
like
sin.
the 24 hours, you just hear, the clock counting down, and you look back at them.
And then it's just like we've got a torch. We've got like a torch that we're like turning on and off and like dancing in the cave, both shirtless.
There's finger painting. There's wall paintings and stuff going on.
He's gone feral. Like,
It's gone pretty primal energy
Go
for
on.
us.
Yeah. There's a real fucking Gorka Morka energy up north.
Gawk, gawk, gawk.
So
We can talk about the heresy that happened in the desert.
so I think Sardu says, yeah, well, probably 7 days just for us, but maybe let's say 5 days with those two gluttons.
Well, Sardu, you only
that makes
need.
sense.
We only need 2 more days. You're going back to
Yes.
the Pleasure Dome, aren't you?
Yes, finally.
Well, I kept my promise.
No,
it's tough to work
I appreciate
with
that, Skyfall. And
some of them.
Excuse me? I'm very easy to work
We're not
with.
there. We're not there.
Oh,
Samuel can hear insults within 25
Yeah,
square
just-
kilometers.
there's a very you've not quite done the eyes correctly. Every now and then I get a little bit of feedback, especially whenever my
Yeah,
name's
but
been
this
mentioned.
distance, you can't hear shit.
No, it's like an Alexa, but a very old-fashioned Alexa. That's what my eyes were based off of.
No.
Old
It
Alexa
kills-
technology.
Absolutely kills me that the eye implants are what cause you to hear what's going on. It's either that or you're able to tap in and there's subtitles, which was
You put
like Google Glass.
You know, it's like those old wires that had the yellow, red, and white cables on the back to
I
plug in
saw
a
that-
telly. It's like that, but you put the red and the yellow one the wrong way around. So.
God, you made me feel old just now. Yeah.
Those two are very
Fun.
strong-headed.
Amazing.
That's a nice way of
But
going
it
about it.
does. They do get the job done.
I
They bring
can
us
tell
new
that.
problems, but they get the job done.
Flashback to setting a dumpster on fire with a body on it.
That's exactly what I was thinking about. You getting beat up in the fucking dumpster fire.
In an
Literal
oxygen-rich
dumpster
environment.
fire.
Dumpster fire.
Dropping the people's elbow on
A kid
bed
outwitting
all
them with a fish can or whatever.
I still have
To be
his
fair,
ledger,
the
don't
reason
I?
why that person died is Luther's fault. He's the one that failed his stealth trek.
That is true.
But I say, so this is the plan. I'm going to disassemble some of the car. When we get back to the Pleasure Dome, I'll fix it up a little bit and bring it back. We're going to hide the car as best as we can.
Hang on, you're taking parts from the car, you're going to take the parts to the Pleasure Dome, pair them, and then bring them back.
Well, clean them up, I suppose.
Okay,
Might as
yeah,
well,
yeah.
since I have them.
Yeah.
This way the car cannot work if they do find it, and hopefully that'll dissuade them from taking it, but who knows? It's the best we can do.
Sounds like a plan.
And then, and Sardu, once we get there, if there's one other trade I would like to make, it's just sort of informational. If you could help us find some, perhaps, clothing in the Pleasure Dome that would allow us to fit in a little bit better.
Yes, I think that's a good idea. I mean, I can see you coming from a mile away.
Yeah, well, sometimes that works in our favor.
That is true. And you did hear me shoot my horse, I assume. But yes, I think that's a good idea, Skyfall, and perhaps we should rest for tonight and then head out in the early hours.
Of course.
Cool. Yeah, you guys all settle in for a lovely night's sleep. I think, the meat will keep. It's cold. But you should probably cook it maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's fast forward then to the morning. Let's go up north with the northern team. It's another day's travel to Redeem. You will run out of water pretty much as soon as you get there. What do you guys want to do? What is a morning like in a family Lentora's wacky adventure?
Well, first of all, I turn on my lights.
Sorry, I'm still muted.
My eyes. Yeah,
Tora's got close. He's just been raving all night.
if I wanted to sleep, but so he just turned his eyes off and was just dancing on pilot mode, autopilot.
He's got an idle animation.
Yeah, he's got an idle animation of this. When his eyes are off, that's him asleep, but he's still doing stuff.
We probably should be traveling during the night, not the day.
Up to you.
I was thinking that as well at one point. If we're in the desert.
Just we just don't want to. We don't want to sweat. That's how we die.
But I assume we get to Viridian at the end of the day, whatever. Just do it for now.
Yeah, fuck it.
Cool.
Fuck it.
In that case, could I get another navigate surface test, please?
All right.
I'll do it this time.
Yeah, you do it this time.
I'll do it this time with my 3 more points potential. Where is it? Here it is. Is it agility or intelligence?
I would generally say this is agility for physically navigating.
Okay.
Intelligence would probably be like map plotting. Okay.
Oh.
Then
that was operate surface, not navigate surface.
Aha.
That was
Is
the
it
driving
intelligence or perception?
car. I was going to say
He was trying to drive the
Oh,
ground.
yeah.
I've got a 40 in it. That's.
Well,
Am I more
Did you do operate
intelligent
last
than you?
time as well?
I will say either of these works for this.
Okay, good.
Okay, doesn't matter. That's a 3 degrees of failure. Could you roll 1d100 for me, please?
Oh!
Okay, 51.
1.
Um.
Tell me what number that is.
Okay.
What's that?
You know, I just imagine
the
their
thumb?
adventure going so bad, and when we finally get to them, it's gonna be like, "How could you let us have done this?"
I don't know, it's been pretty great so far.
As you walk, I think you're on the. You're still like quite a few miles away from Redeem. I think it's probably like 1 p.m. You suddenly see a strange figure in the distance. It's a humanoid, and as you get closer, it is a servitor out here in the desert by itself. It seems to be similar to the ones back at the Pleasure Dome, and its arms,
Mr. Fisto.
its arms have been welded together into a large kind of cleaning device that rotates rapidly, and it is just scrubbing the sand, kicking the sand behind it, and continuing in a very large circular pattern. You can see it's almost done like a crop circle. Almost done like a crop circle in the sand outside of Redeem right now. What would you like to do?
With my knowledge of spatial awareness, does a crop circle make any specific shape?
I think if you were to look at the
circular.
map,
Circular.
if you were to look at the map, I think. Let me just zoom in a little bit.
Don't draw
Because we're about
penises.
here.
I swear,
Well,
this is not
there's-
funny.
There's this. It would be like this. But what direction did it come from? Like the northwest, or like was it from Verdine, or is it just been kind of like aimlessly circling here? So, like, would it have come from up this way and then come down this way?
I can't see your drawings, but I assume you're drawing a penis. Oh, there it is. It's just loaded in for me.
Oh, good.
Listeners, he's done it again. He's drawn a penis on my map and a pair of balls. Shit.
I saw
didn't see
Mr.
it coming, I was
Dragon.
pretty sly that time.
Well, oh no, it's disappeared. Oh well. Yeah, it seems to have just been here in a circle. I don't know how long.
Does
woke
it
up
look
to it.
booby trapped?
I don't know.
Is there
Can
any
I
rocks around me?
observe it?
There are no rocks
Just-
around you.
Can I observe? Can I have a sticky big edit to see
Yeah,
if it's
give me an awareness test.
a bit fucky wucky? Can I use my magnoculars for a plus 10?
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
You're not right up next to it yet. Nice.
Oh, glad I did.
It's alright. That's a servitor.
That's a servitor. Good.
It appears to be sunburnt, which is something I don't think you've ever seen a servitor be before.
Oh, it's
I
like
woke
its
up to
flesh is about to slough off.
I walk up to it and I try to give it a high five if it's cleaning instrument.
It does not have hands anymore. They are permagrafted into this kind of rotating cleaning device, which is just kicking up the sand.
Okay,
Now,
I push it
Helia-
over.
You push it over. Sure.
I push it over.
Give me a strength roll. A strength roll at plus 20.
Plus 20. Okay.
It's not. Yeah, fuck it. Yep. You push it over, at which point it stops moving.
Does the track? Is it on like tank tracks?
Yeah, it's on like little, not like massive ones. It's not like a cataphrone, but it's mostly upright standing with like little little treads.
Is it still moving on the ground, but like it's not physically moving, or like
Yeah,
do you
so
mean it's stopped moving entirely?
It's stopped moving entirely.
Hello?
It's a cleaning servitor, right?
It appears to be.
Do I see any tanks of liquids on it, such as water to clean something with?
It's got tanks on its back. Yeah. How you'd open those, you're not really sure.
Oh, with a knife.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Because it's lying on its side, right? I'm gonna like
Yeah.
saw a hole in the side of the tank.
Okay.
What's
I'm
it
gonna say
look
you
like
don't
in
need-
there?
Yeah, you successfully saw a hole with your big knife into the side of it. Whatever reserves of water and fairy liquid were once in this cleaning servitor's big pick, it has since been emptied, unfortunately.
Oh. Does the servitor have anything of interest on it?
Does it have an idea? Is it like branded like Pleasure Dome Cleaning Company or like servitors? Cleaning robots would be a perfect opportunity for advertising, right? So there should be some branding on it, yeah?
It says Fudderruck's drive-through 3 miles this. No, it doesn't.
Does it say Audible on it?
It does. And thanks, Raph. So I'd like to introduce. No, I'm not going to do a bridge like that. Yeah, it's got various like serial numbers and stuff that you're not really equipped to read. It has various strings of quite long letters and numbers, which
Can I take photos of all these letters and numbers?
yeah, sure. You pull out your data slate, take a few snaps.
And
Lovely.
then can I carry it? How heavy is it?
It's a human with cybernetics added to it. It's probably over like 150 kilos.
Okay. I don't know what that transforms. Is that
How much
less?
how much flesh is left in the servitor?
That's 23 stone. I'd say probably about a third of its body is still flesh.
Can 45 strength carry 100 and whatever kilo? It definitely could, actually.
It probably could, but carry it for how long?
I don't know. Well, how far away are we from Redeem?
I'd say probably like 5 hours still.
Can I carry it for 5 hours?
You can. I'm going to say it's going to slow you down and be much more obvious with your tracks, but you could absolutely.
Would Tora know that servitors are like chemically like scrubbed and clean, and would he care enough if he cut strips of flesh off?
I think that's a question only Tora can answer.
I reckon Tora wouldn't. I think Tora is gonna take some strips out of the upper torso of the servitor, and then just kind of like try to fashion like a bit of like a drying rack or something that he could hang off the edge of his bag.
Okay.
Are you trying to make servitor jerky?
Yep.
So usually, I would have you roll willpower and then do an insanity roll from eating human flesh. However, due to Tora's already pretty bad insanity, I'm going to say this is of a fear level and disgust level, which is not enough to.
unless it's related to squats, unless this is a squat that's been turned into a servitor, I reckon Tor is okay with this.
Emperor, have mercy, it is not. But yeah, you successfully take off some servitor jerky. Have we had cannibalism in this campaign yet?
Not yet. I don't think
not
so.
Not yet. What does Orfamiel think about this desecration of the human form?
Well, it's not really human, is it?
That's true. Love it. Cool. You guys make your way over towards Redeem. I'm going to do the Redeem stuff now, if that's okay, and then we can get back on to.
I just want to say, and this is why a demon is chasing us. This is why chaos is seeping through our ship.
The demon has been chasing you since before I joined the campaign.
The demon has been chasing us since before you joined the campaign, to be fair.
Oh my god. Is Tora the demon?
Then who was phone?
Oh my god.
Tora is like Tauros, which is like a minotaur, which is a monster, which looks similar to a bloodthirster. Therefore,
it's all linking up. We've got a massive string theory going. So I think, boys, as you get up to Redeem, you climb the small ridge and get there. It is the evening. heat of the desert sun has thankfully faded. Once you imagine this was a proud settlement, one of the few bastions of permanent life in the desert, it is now a ruined husk. There's still smouldering fires lingering around the larger buildings. There is a stench of death lingering about the town, and even now you can see vultures overhead picking at the scraps. What would you like to do?
I turn off my nose.
Cool, success.
Tora smells barbecue. All right, Nathaniel.
Is there any spice rub for the jerky?
How about we cover? You know what? We should investigate the town. And do you know how we would cover more ground if we split up?
Okay.
Love it.
Actually, well, but if there are things to kill, the two of us together are more effective at killing. So maybe we stay together.
Okay.
I think Fabio and Tora start to like sweep and clear.
Okay.
See if there's survivors, booby traps.
Okay. I'm going to say there's 3 main areas you can go. You can go towards the south, to the outskirts of the town. You can go to the central bit of the town, or the west over the riverbank.
Oh,
I should
just
go right
across
to
the
the middle.
riverbank. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
right in the
cool.
middle.
So, looking around, the citizens were massacred here. They seem to have put up a decent fight. You see several bodies, blades of resh, you assume, among the dead, with red headscarves, just left where they fell. There is a scarred V carved into their foreheads. Most of men
On the corpses of the villagers or on the blades?
appearing on the blades, you assume, or some of the villagers who died amongst them. Most are men of fighting age, well built and tough. So, could I get an awareness test from both of you, please?
I fail.
Okay, Tora.
Sorry, I've got my thingy popped out, but it keeps breaking.
That's okay.
So maybe I'll just leave it internal.
That's something to discuss with your doctor. That's fine.
Just an awareness.
Just give me an awareness. It's flat.
So where's the 4th objective
Okay.
marker in this sweep and clear?
As you two, I think, walk past another one of these deserted buildings. Now, these are not like high imperial construction. These are like just sandstone buildings.
It's like tidal wave.
Yeah. The highest one has maybe 2 floors with domed roofs. It's not good. As you, I think, walk over a literal pile of bodies and come across a street, standing in the middle of the street is a gaunt-faced child. Her clothing is in rags.
Is the child alive?
Child is alive and she is staring
Not for
at you.
much longer. Tora kind of like crouches down a little bit and makes a show of pulling out one of his knives and like laying it on the ground.
As soon
like-
as you draw that knife from its sheath, regardless of hostility, this girl has dashed into a building that she was next to.
Good fucking job, you Mongol.
To be fair, my like basic knives are fucking like forearm long machetes. So
Why are you giving her a knife in the first place?
no, as in like a symbol of like look. I don't know,
Look,
mate.
I have a knife.
No, as a symbol. I was gonna pull the knife out. I'm gonna put it on the ground. I'm gonna put my hands up and show that we were no threat. But now she's
Why is
run
this for
away.
your hands up in the first place? Why bring the knife out?
I love this
Let's
argument
keep
in the middle
Tora
of
away
this.
from
Yeah.
children.
Look, from now on, if there's any children getting talked to, as a priest, I should be the one talking to the children.
Oh no. Oh no.
What would you guys like to do?
I'll follow the child.
Okay. So she has climbed into a ruined building. It probably has 2 stories. The roof of it is collapsed and it is just debris. As you approach the doorway, you see. No, it's just debris, not cheese. You silly fucker. It is probably enough room for a child to crawl inside the rubble. The main obstacle to you currently is that poking out amongst the shattered roof, directly in where the doorway would be, is a tail end of a large unexploded mortar shell. Mars pattern 4 incendiary is written across it.
Okay, is it written across it in binary or in High
Low
Gothic?
Gothic. Low Gothic.
In low Gothic? Was it
Yeah.
low Gothic? Okay.
This is probably for
So-
guard use, so it's Low
Okay.
Gothic.
Tora Tora would like to take out the because we're down to the last of our rations anyway, aren't we?
You are out of food and out of water, other than your jerky, which I refuse to count as food from a moral perspective.
Can there be like the smallest corner of like an MRE left in like its tin?
I think there's maybe.
Okay, Tora would like to take the food and like leave it in front of the doorway and then step back quite a bit.
Okay. Your stomach rumbles as you place the food down.
Tora pats the server turkey.
I hate that.
The girl does not emerge from the rubble.
Bonjour, hello, we have food.
You hear no response.
Maybe they speak German. Thanks.
She speaks neither low or high Gothic or French.
French
is unchanged.
The three languages of the Imperium.
I don't know. Konnichiwa? Yeah, probably still some weebs
She
alive
does
somewhere in
not
this
seem to
universe.
respond to either of you.
Is the bomb? How big's the bomb?
Is it ticking?
No, it is a mortar shell.
Okay.
It's like 2
Okay.
feet.
Okay.
I can. If I walk around the building, is there anything else I see of the building?
Other than the collapsed roof, no. Like you could potentially climb up, but it is basically a pile of rubble with a child.
I climb
inside
up
it somewhere. It's like 12 feet off the ground.
You said potentially climb up. I climb up.
Okay, you can roll.
I'll give him a leg up. I'll give him a leg up.
Okay,
Yeah, he'll help me up as well.
Roll then, and what would this be? Roll an athletics test for me, please. Strength plus 10 from your dear friend Tora, giving you a leg. Lovely. Yeah, you successfully get on top of the ruined house with Tora carrying your disgusting massive load. The rubble seems to shift in your feet. You do not think it is clear. It is designed for your weight. You don't hear anything from within it. What would you like to do?
So, like, is there some sheet metal or like some wooden beams on top of it?
Yeah, I think there's probably sheet metal.
I start shifting those over the edge.
As in just chucking them off the roof.
Yeah, bit by bit. You know, like in Kaplunk, but instead of like doing the hard bit where you start at the bottom, I start at the top where it's all nice and easy.
Yeah. Okay. I think after maybe 10 minutes of digging, eventually the moonlight illuminates this gaunt-faced child who is hiding in the corner of what was once a room. She is holding a tiny, tiny kitchen knife, pointed towards you.
I bring out an egg,
Okay.
and I do a magic trick where it looks like the egg hides behind my hands. And then I reach behind my head, and I bring out, oh my god, it's the egg.
She does not respond to your show of magic.
A psyker! No!
No. She stabs
Oh
you.
wait, hold up. I have got crayons and fudder up colouring in sheets.
Oh my god.
I lower.
You guys are the fucking worst.
I get my loud. I'll get my loud hailer server skull to go down to Tora and collect.
Okay.
The colouring implements.
I would like to draw like a smiley face with a yellow crayon.
Okay.
On the back of it.
You tuck it into the jaws of the servo skulls. It floats.
It's fucking
Stairs.
horrific.
What an awful image.
I get it from the server skull and I slowly hold up the smiley face and the crayons and I offer it to the child.
Very, very shakily, she stands up, knife still extended as far as her tiny arms can do so. In one clean motion, she snatches the paper and crayons away from you and scurries away back into the debris.
So can I no longer see her, or like is she still there?
You can no longer see her.
Okay, I keep shifting stuff until I find her again.
Okay.
Hey, Samuel, what do
Yes.
you reckon the chances of us being able to disarm this bomb is?
Well, so far in my long and arduous quest throughout this lovely place we call the universe, I've managed to scare several mechanical implements into doing exactly what I want. So my track record is pretty great. It's not too sure.
Okay. Could you give me a second. Keep talking. Talk amongst yourselves, class.
This is how you want him to die, huh?
Look, it would be my understanding that the mortar would be set to explode either on impact or at a certain height, and it's clearly not done at a certain height. If Tora goes over to the bomb and puts his ear near it, does he hear it ticking?
Before you
Does
do
it
that,
sound? Does
could
it sound armed?
Could I get a strength roll from Orthamil, please?
Strength,
this
flat
is-
strength.
Yeah, this is going to represent you moving the debris with a degree of caution and safety. Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna thingy that.
Okay.
Fuck.
Okay. Tora, as you lean in and you listen really, really closely, you're certain that from inside this delayed fuse mortar bomb, you can hear a very, very quick ticking suddenly start as the debris shifts around it.
Oh god. Cora would like to. How heavy would you say the bomb is?
It's currently mostly buried in rubble. I don't think you can get this out before it would explode.
Orthamil, get the kid.
Ah, fuck.
Tora.
Fabio just goes. He just goes digging then.
Okay.
Well,
Give me an athletics roll.
Activated. Yeah. Can Tora? I guess it would be like could Tora like. The bomb's like in the rubble at the front of the building,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yeah.
I was about to say, could Tora like leap over the bomb and assist in
No,
in the search?
You would leap over the bomb into the rubble, basically. Orthamil, I think you shift another bit, and the child is there, terrified again.
I just grab her. I don't say anything. I just grab her and jump out.
She
as I can.
drops the knife with a scream, leaving the Fudderruck's painted colouring in book behind. You grab her, jump off of the roof. What are you guys doing?
Running.
Tora runs around the side of the building and then realizes that he's left the Fudderruck sheets. Alright. Let's see.
I'm terrified to see what you're rolling.
Tora, realizing the girl has left the colouring in sheets, would like to go back to try to get them. And get...
Is my my loud skull still out? Can I just tell that to go get it back?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
It blows up, and then you see the servo skull with it in its mouth, just floating out lazily.
Could I? Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I reckon you could direct the servo skull to try and get it. It's not exactly the most intelligent of things, but it could do basic commands like that. Yeah, Tori, you guys run away from. Run away from it. Let me just roll some fun in-person dice.
Oh, how
Okay.
exciting!
They all have skulls on them.
The child, or family, you barely feel this, but she is biting into your arm as you carry her quite roughly away from it.
I'm still
And
wearing my plate armor.
Exactly.
She's breaking her teeth.
It detonates. Subdued slightly by the
child?
rubble. Yes. Subdued slightly by the rubble, a fireball erupts from the house, almost going vertically straight up as it's warped by the walls. The servo skull does not emerge.
Can I spend a fate point to get my silver skull back?
No.
Can I spend 2 fate points to get my silver skull back?
Oh, since you asked so kindly, no.
Can I please use 3 fate points to get my silver skull
I'm
back?
afraid not.
God, that's my 3rd one I've lost!
Could I offer you an egg in this trying time?
What would you guys like to do?
Well, as we're so cool, we're not looking at an explosion behind us.
Obviously.
So
Now,
we're blasted.
Tora,
into
as we
something.
dive away, Tora pulls out 2 pairs of sunglasses, puts one on his face and puts another on the child's face
Okay.
as they dive away.
She thrashes away from the sunglasses as you place them on her terrified face.
When we land, I'll make sure I twist in midair so like I land on my back, the foot in front of me,
It looks really fucking cool.
and I'll reach into my jacket pocket and I'll give her a business card and an egg and say,
Okay.
Orthamil Diosia, it's good to meet you.
Do you let her go?
Yeah, of course.
The moment you let go, she is running.
Tora, oh god. What? We just saved her from an explosion.
Nah, just let her go.
Ah.
Where's she running to though?
She is heading towards the south.
South? Nah, I'm gonna look around the
Next to
town
all
more.
the other unexploded mortars.
Yeah, she's no longer worth our time.
This
I'd
is
give her
my
an
fault.
egg and a business card. She knows what
Ah,
to do.
she's
if
going
I-
into the
if she
mortar
needs us.
factory. God damn it.
I just have a slight aside.
Go on.
Does anyone know why I have Fatty Boy 1 as a
You've
condition
asked
on my
this
sheet?
before, and none of us were sure.
This is not. Is this not in a recording somewhere?
You've highlighted it in a recording previously that you're. I think it's in one of the Scholar Progenium ones. I'm sure the listeners at home can tell me which one. But I think I'll be honest with you, Wog. It's about a 50-50 chance that you're aware of what's happening in the sessions. So it could have been you.
It could have been me.
Cool.
It's like the one who defecates.
Yeah. Now that you guys have detonated this child's home, let's cut back to the Mutalali Oasis team. It's a lovely Emperor-given morning. What's the plan? What are we doing?
Distance-wise, would we have heard the mortar go off?
No.
The other side of the
Just
desert.
wondering.
The faint
Get out in the
smoke in
morning
the distance.
sun like I usually do.
Oh, there's another smoke trail over there. That's weird.
Yeah, and
Actually,
enjoy
yeah.
my recap, and I wonder
Yeah, I reckon
how
actually.
are the boys doing over there.
I've
I bet they're
mentioned-
fine.
I've mentioned in the past that you can see the flames of Redeem from here, and I think it's gone from having no smoke, lots of smoke, to no smoke to a single tiny plume of smoke.
Amelia's
must have
standing
been
there drinking her recaf, looking over, and she just sees like a and like a little whiff of smoke start. They made it to Vadine.
Oh, they got camp ready. Oh, good.
But I guess first I just be like, I'm ready to head out. Just keep an eye out. Who knows if we're being more closely followed now.
Yeah,
Are
that
you-
sounds like a plan.
Are you all heading out?
Yes, that we're not splitting the party again.
Cool.
Well,
We've learned our
again,
lesson.
following the chain of ideas, I'm going to take a few key pieces of the engine carefully and respectfully out from the vehicle, of course.
BGZ isn't assisting you in this, following all the proper rites and incantations.
Then, I suppose, probably try to use some of the rubble and tents to make it look as inconspicuous as possible. Cover up the car.
I don't know if I like the idea that we're burying the car in sand after
I
removing
didn't
key
say
opponents.
sand.
Oh, did I hear that wrong? I heard that
Rubble.
wrong.
I said
fine.
rubble
Ah.
and tents and such.
These things are meant to be thrown out of Valkyries. These things are built tough. Honda tough.
The Ford Taurus. How dare you?
Once we're satisfied with that and
Yeah.
hope for the best,
I think basically this is like, I think BGZ does the kind of like your dad's worked on his car pose, and he kind of stands there, hands on hips, nods quite thoughtfully, looks at the alien.
Now, what I
I
pictured
give
in
him
my
a big thumbs up.
Yeah.
what I pictured in my head is that now all the surrounding scraps for the entirety of the Oasis are just piled into this one
You
wad.
know, if anything,
Like,
it's
it's inconspicuous.
Well, here's what
We
I would
can't find
say:
it.
look for like the biggest, most intact bit of like tent, and this, something that already was there, so maybe they don't really look
Yeah.
to fit the car in.
Yeah.
But
As you're now going on foot, please could I get a navigate surface test from whoever is going to be your pathfinder? I think Lothar maybe might have the most skill in this.
I don't think that's
navigate
true. That's
surface. I don't have. Yeah, I have operate surface, not navigate.
Let's see if BGZ is anything. I
oh
doubt
no,
it
I
is.
have a tick and navigate surface.
That might be it. Yeah, I think you're the only one.
Cool. Because the Pleasure Dome is literally in the direction of mountains, can I have any kind of bonus to be like, hey, I'm heading in the direction of the only mountain range?
I'll give you a +10 on this.
Cool.
I was gonna say, like, how could we get lost? Like,
So
That
it's not,
helps. Needed a
it's
35. Rolled a
not an
92.
entirely flat desert. Could you give me a D100, please?
I don't want to, but
I
I
want
will.
to.
60.
Okay.
Oh, does that mean it's a
yeah,
66?
60 minus like.
Mm,
It might be
whatever.
plus. We don't know. We don't know the inner
uh,
workings.
You step on a bomb.
Yeah.
It's another bomb. It's another unexploded mortar. God, this place
actually,
is littered with them.
As you crest a dune, you notice a strange set of tracks in the sand. There are a horse's hooves to one side of them and a large continuous indent, as if the horse was dragging something heavy. Would you like to follow it?
I kind of want to. Just but personally, I'm a little bit intrigued. What about you, Amelia?
This is to the east of, southeast of the Metali Oasis. It's about midday.
I mean, that's in the same way we're going then.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
Cool.
I'm
As
sure
you-
it means that a rider's fallen or something.
As you follow it, you discover a black saddled horse. Its rider is currently face down in the sand, 1 foot caught in the stirrup, a bright green headscarf fluttering next to him. He does not appear to be moving.
It doesn't appear to be the same guy either, I assume.
No.
Right.
God, what were the odds of that? We should probably help him. I feel like he's passed out.
Dead.
I
mean, first things first. So I have a knife, don't I? Yeah, I've got.
Yeah.
I want to cut the leg free. Just get it off the horse like quickly, so the horse
from the
doesn't run
stirrup.
scared.
Okay,
and
you're
drag
cutting
him
the
off.
stirrup. Okay, yeah, I think. Oh, hang on a second. I think, is there a skill that we've never used that I can use here?
It's detect traps. The
No,
stirrup was also a
however-
mortar.
Cut horse.
No, but the survival skill can explicitly be used for wrangling. I don't.
Oh, for the horse.
I don't think you're wrangling. I think you're just trying to calm and quickly cut it. I'm going to say, yeah, you successfully cut the stirrup. The horse kind of.
Yeah, so I'll just say it didn't even cross my mind about the horse. I was more so thinking like, okay, let's check if the man's dead. So
Yeah,
I'm just cutting the stirrup to make sure.
You cut the stirrup. The horse kind of trots away and lets out a horsey sigh of relief. His black coat
Yay.
gleaming in the desert sun. Yeah, this fucker's dead. He ain't moving.
Ooh.
Green bandana though, that's not familiar to us, is it?
You've never seen someone with a green bandana before.
Hey, Sardi, what's going on with this?
He could be a traveler or a trader like myself. He quickly looks over the body, and I think he feels around the man's pockets, where he finds a water skin. He opens the cork of it and gestures to pour, and there's nothing in there. It's just heat stroke, I imagine.
That would make the most sense.
He stands back and makes the sign of the Aquila across his chest.
I do much the same where I'm kneeling at.
Best we can do for him now is let him return to the desert.
You know, I'm
Horse.
kind of inclined to agree. And go ahead.
Although we do have a horse. That would be useful.
Can any of you ride? Sardi says. Hey, how many of you fuckers have ridden a horse before? I reckon Lothar has, probably.
Yeah, I would think potentially.
Like in his
Define
youth, I think.
I'm trying to remember the first time I would have seen a horse. That's the better question.
Probably on when you were in the trenches when you saw
Yeah.
the cavalry. BGZ has never seen a horse before. He's freaking the fuck out.
I
I'm
just
sure.
said like, I was like, yeah, Lothar, you.
Yeah, horse. I know horses. I'm a horse guy.
You're feral.
Excuse me?
I'm joking. I wasn't gonna say.
You're feral,
You're
aren't
a
you?
nasty
Go
man.
ride that
You're
horse.
evil, nasty boy.
Not actually saying that, but no, Lothar, you know how to ride a horse, right?
Are you saying that because I'm feral?
I'm saying that because you're a guardsman.
Oh yeah, no, they would have given us some rudimentary training on that, but I've
Wow,
rode
how
horses
rude
for a
of you
little
to
bit.
assume, I would think.
Gosh, could you imagine if you thought it was just because I was feral?
Emilia's
God.
got a very good talent, which is insulting people, and then when they respond, making it their fault.
Subtle racism.
She's done it
Absolutely.
multiple times, and I fucking love it.
So, I mean, I can certainly give it a shot here. In the meantime, if you could make sure that this person returns to the desert, I'll see what I can do about calming the horse down a bit. And I'm going to very, very cautiously approach the horse. I assume using survival to do so.
And now that it has been freed from the man who was caught in a stirrup, give me a +20 on this to calm this horse.
Gotcha. Beauteous.
Lothar, it is like you are a teen girl in a Disney Original Plus movie. There is a connection between your eyes and this horse's glassy eyes. Smooth like a doll's eyes, unfeeling. But it feels something for you, Lothar. This horse will let you ride it.
What kills me is that I feel like you had that written out.
That was... No. I wish I did.
That was beautifully done. Gotcha.
No,
So
this obviously can't fit all of us, and BGZ will just break it.
yeah, I'd rather we don't break the horse if we can, but at the very least, this can help us carry some of the supplies back too.
Yes.
So hopefully here.
I since you've calmed the horse, I'm gonna reattach the stirrup.
Yeah, you quickly tie it back.
Yeah, it's not really gonna do it, but I guess it's gonna have to work. All right, then I guess. Wait! Before we do this, and I'm gonna get off the horse that I've pictured myself on.
Absolutely.
Is there anything in the saddlebags or anything like that, or are there saddlebags with this?
I think there is. I think inside one of the saddlebags, well, in quite a few of them, there's just nothing. There's kind of like various strings and rolls of cloth that you imagine once held dried food and that sort of thing. You do find a tiny Imperial Aquila that you think was probably part of something larger. It's a good, sort of size of a hand. It could have been part of some kind of decoration, but at some point, maybe a millennia ago, it's been reforged into a simple charm. The actual detail of it is quite worn away. You imagine this is some kind of totem for him.
Well, that's okay, Warwick, because when it comes to the Imperium, we're all a part of something larger.
Amen to that.
Absolutely. Now, I think then Lothar's going to gather these things up out of the saddlebags, and he's going to go. Where's he been placed?
Sardu has basically moved his body away from the exact point he fell and moved it a few meters away, and has crossed his hands slowly over his chest in the sign of the Aquila.
Gotcha. Then Lothar's going to go over. He's going to return what effects that this person had and say a quick prayer, and then sort of, okay, let's get moving.
As you say the quick prayer, Sardu bends down and picks up the Aquila, placing it inside of his pocket.
Will I have seen this?
Yes.
I am drawing my las pistol, said put it back.
He says, he is the deserts now.
Put it back.
Skyfall, and you come to our planet. You do not understand our ways. He is of the desert now. That's how it works. It's not an offensive thing. It is an act of love and devotion. I would do the same for any of you, as you should for me.
Then at least thank him for carrying it forward for him then. And Lothar's gonna put the pistol back.
He bows his head solemnly towards the body, but the Aquila remains inside of his pockets.
Okay, Lothar's going to try to get back up on the horse. Said, all right, let's keep going.
You do so. The horse neighs heartily and continues, and you guys head towards the Pleasure Dome. It will be another day of travel for you guys to get there. Let's skip over to the Redeem Boys. Cool, you just saved. Well, the child's now loose, running south. You think towards a place that says Minefield City. But that's strange.
Sort herself out.
Yeah,
in the car.
yeah. She'll find a way home, just like a carrier pigeon.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do? So there was still like the bit over the riverbank, and there was the bit to the south of the town.
Riverbank?
Let's do Riverbank.
Sure.
Riverbank.
Up here, the riverbank is mostly dried out. There is a small stream of running water, which I imagine you lap up greedily like dogs.
Some would say dangerously greedily.
Dangerously.
Is there? Is the water's not flowing? Is it?
It is slowly.
It's flowing.
Oh, yeah. Tora,
That's fine.
Yeah.
Safe.
Tora stocks up the
Lovely.
How did we ever say we like patched the hole in the
We repaired
in
it.
I'm going
in
to
the
assume
canteen?
it is, yeah.
It's repaired. I repaired it with some patent pending or
Sand.
family sticky. Well, family sticky is what you use. It's waterproof, bendable, and it's set for only 1.5 minutes. Seal up any hole, big or small, with a family sticky.
Ecclesiarchy approved.
Ecclesiarchy
Ah.
approved.
And just
Let the Emperor
just
shine on your DIY.
For
A
all
quick-
things holy.
a quick word from our sponsors.
Oh, I can't believe.
Hi, I'm Tora Hale. You may remember me from such child-killing adventures as On a Mechanicus Ark and In a Busy Marketplace on Scarbright. I've been asked today to talk to you about our sponsor for this adventure, Futterux. Come on down and try Futterux' new official reconstituted meat-flavoured corpse starch and patty combo TM. Now with your choice of your favourite Occupod member. See if you can collect them all. Now with actuating visor for Ophamuel and accurately modelled PTSD for Lothar. Come on down to your local Futterucks today and try the Tora Hail combo that includes almost Sprite. You can't even really taste the chems.
That's edible.
It's a fire ruckus.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh, we've been sitting on that this whole time. That's beautiful.
I wrote that in the car this morning.
This is
We waited for
fantastic.
that.
We've got the Spotify trailer sorted there, so thank you.
Oh god, that's fantastic.
One day we're
I-
going to be big. One of us is going to have so much money, it's going to have to open up their own fast food company called Futteruck.
I hated the fact that in panic I quickly checked we were still recording, as you were saying. Like, this is gold. We can't use this. Oh my god.
Original.
That was amazing. And this advertisement.
Do I get a free fate point for that?
No. But
Such is life in the Imperium.
well, that's you guys recite this advert as this girl fades into the horizon. But yeah, you guys head over to the west. You lap up greedily. So yeah, you've got 4 days worth of water again. Correct? No, actually, no. 4 days was what could be stored on the cart. I'm going to say you guys have 2 days worth that you can physically carry with you, not from the big
Yes.
drums. Cool.
Mm.
Cool. On this western bank of the River Yanim, it looks like there has been some kind of excavation nearby. You see a few scattered shovels that seem to have been abandoned hastily. Half of a storage container is emerging from the sand as if it is a bursting out rock. It's a strange sight to see something so Munitorum standard in this very feudal desert. What would you like to do? The
Is
entrance.
there a rock near me?
I'm going to say there's a rock on the riverbank.
I took a rock at it.
It clangs emptily.
Oh, I don't to Tora here, mate. That clanged pretty emptily to me.
I can climb it. I can climb anything.
You climb it? I said clang, not climb.
Oh,
It clanged emptily. You can't climb empty. What
What?
doesn't even mean anything.
what is a clang?
Clang.
Have you been
look at
talking
this.
to
I pick
Amelia
another rock
again?
And I chuck it again, and I get another empty clang. And like that's an empty clang. That is.
Oh, sorry. I remember a Mechanicus acolyte that used to talk about clang quite a bit when building spaceships. So.
Oh, the overlap with different games, amazing. Yeah, it's a storage container. You don't need to open it. It is open around the other side. As you
We
move
spent
in-
30 minutes trying to open it on this side before we realised it's open on the other side.
Sorry. Could Little Scythe Junior slice through the outside?
You could, yeah, the door's unlocked, but yeah, you can absolutely slice through it. It looks very dynamic. You feel cool, hardcore, and you crack open the doors to reveal nothing. The storage container is empty. There is a simple logistics data slate which is embedded in the wall. Other than that, this place is empty.
Oh, let's read it then.
Cool. As you grab it, it suddenly gets its first taste of sunlight in thousands and thousands of years, through the flickering light coming in through the now open door. Hundreds of warnings flash up on the screen about the dangers of tampering with the Adeptus Munitorum property. I always get them muddled up with a
You got there.
Ministorum. It's tough,
You
isn't
got
it?
there.
Adeptus Munitorum versus Adeptus Ministorum. Why
Well,
do that, James?
The Munitorum
James?
in Maine causes pain mainly on the spleen. That's
Yes.
how you remember it.
Just
Nailed it.
remember that
Perfect.
I'm playing Ophamio, and I'm taller than you, and opposite of tall is mini, so it's the Ministorum for the
We
priests.
go. Easy,
Wow.
easy to remember. But yeah, you're into the data slate. It has
For
a
those
sim-
watching or listening at home, by the way, our DM Warwick is a very, very, very small man.
I'm
He's very insignificant
6
as a
foot.
human being.
I'm,
His presence is even smaller than his height, which is already small enough. He has about the personality of a dry rat, to be honest with you.
and you know what's worse? Is you fuckers are listening to me. So welcome to the Occupod.
No one's listening this far into it.
I
This is
can't
an
believe we're
episode
paying
one.
him for
Hello.
this either.
Hello, my 38 German listeners.
Let's start again from the top.
And importantly, I said my German listeners because they ain't listening for you guys. Anyway,
Damn straight.
it's got a simple program on this data slate to log the contents of the container for use when shipping. It has not been edited in a long time. Apparently, the empty storage container's current contents are a Voss pattern Hydra flak tank, 600 rounds of armor penetration high explosive shells, 2,000 rounds of heavy bolter bullets, and 4 spare tracks. None of these are present inside of it.
What if I look under the data slate?
Oh yeah, it's there. The whole tank. No, it's not.
Ah.
And is there like in the? I'm assuming to get the tank out, like the garage door or something. Like, does it look like there's been like activity here? Like the sand hasn't settled inside it, has it? It's like,
No, it's
do
been
I see
cracked
the
open.
tracks? Yeah.
I'm going to say this many days after the Blades of Refresh were here, you do not see any tracks that has been blown away by the desert sand.
Even inside the building.
Oh, inside. Well, it's not a building; it's just a storage container. So this thing would have been
Okay.
pretty tight inside of it.
Okay.
You don't see any tracks because it was probably in good condition. It didn't have any dirt on the tracks. So yeah, it is pristine pretty much inside of this, but very, very empty of the
I
flak tank.
turn to Tora and say, you know what that means? The tank's not in here. That means there's petrol somewhere around here for the tank to drive.
That's
You're welcome.
You are a man who spent a lot of time as a child hanging around service stations.
I
sniffing
did
petrol.
indeed spend a lot of my time as a child.
At least 16 years of it before.
At least.
I grew out of it.
Yeah, grew out of it eventually.
Oh, God.
And actually, I got held back as a child.
Did you?
Yeah, my parents wouldn't actually count me as an adult until I was 23.
Ah,
He was already
Fair
in
enough.
Australia by then, already in the slammer.
I was in the I was in the youth prison. My parents lied about my age.
Thought they'd be softer on Sora.
Why is this 6'5" 6'5" man in the under 15s wing of the prison?
He's got a tattoo. Like,
he's giving the kids tattoos.
so congratulations, you guys have confirmed that there is a missing flak tank next to this, next to Redeem. Where would you guys like to go now?
I
There's
guess
still
go down.
some to the south. Yep.
Yeah, down to the south.
Oh,
finish the town.
but so is like if we search around, is this the only Ministerium container that's here, or is it like
appears to be, yes. It
okay.
does not appear that there was any like fuel resourcing thing. It was probably open for the first time in the past few days. It was probably here randomly, as many of the things from the Resh Grenadiers were. So.
Oh yeah, because they all just like came down in cargo containers.
their-
didn't they?
Their troop transport detonated in orbit, and
Yeah,
for the past few millennia, all their stuff has been coming down. So towards the south, you see a trail of several scattered bodies. There are men dressed similarly to the guards by the mine. They seem to have died on their feet. Some of them still locked in fierce grapples with their opponents. Other than that, there's nothing.
Loot the corpses.
Yeah,
Sure.
the corpses.
You find 3 gold pieces.
Do I find a lasgun of +1?
You do not. But yeah, I gotta say, it's getting towards evening in Redeem, so you should probably find a way to make camp. Same for you guys heading back towards the Pleasure Dome.
Well, it's only evening in Redeem, though.
Oh, so that was it. In the south, there's a bunch of bodies.
There seems to be a trail of bodies that leads off vaguely south, but then it stops.
Oh.
But it implies that the fighting continued outside of town.
Oh, yeah. I guess we'll find a building that doesn't have a mortar in it to settle down in.
We could set up in the storage container. That seems kind of protected from the elements.
It would
Oh,
get really
but
cold.
But there might be a bed in one of the buildings.
All right, let's go find a bed.
Okay,
Let's go find a bed.
you guys spend the next 3 hours poking through the ruined, firebombed city of Redeem, and sadly cannot find a bed.
Can Tora attempt some hunting? Wait, no, actually, wait. Okay, so you vultures in the air, right?
Yes.
So Tora finds a corpse.
Okay.
That looks relatively unpecked over,
Okay.
and kind of buries himself in the sand next to it. Like, you know that you see the video of the guy like catching the seagull in the sand.
Beach? Yeah.
Okay. Give me a survival roll.
Sure can, bud.
As for what modifier is up? As for what skill?
Deception or
it's-
agility?
I think probably agility to
That's
physically
okay.
catch it.
They're both 40, so
Banging. Let's see.
do I get a bonus for my great idea?
I'm gonna give you a +10 bonus on this. I think this is a fantastic idea.
This is a good idea.
Seems to be working.
Oh, I shouldn't say anything.
I'd like to fate for a reroll.
Do it. Boom.
Oh.
Hey.
What
Nice.
does this look like?
Tora lies like just like corpse is kind of like that. I'm making gestures with my hands, but I don't have a camera on this
That's
computer,
fine.
so it's not very helpful. Lying, he takes an empty beer can and he kind of like pokes out the bottom of it, so with his knife, so he can like have like a little lip around his mouth, so he can still like breathe in and out without just breathing the sand, and then buries himself in the sand, and then waits until he feels like the impact of like there's one vulture, there's two vultures, there's three vultures, and then he kind of like leaps, like pulls his torso forward, like legs still in the sand, but like leverages himself up and goes to grab two of the vultures.
I reckon with 5 degrees of success, you capture 2
5
vultures.
vultures.
5 vultures. No, I think you capture 2 vultures, and they are squawking and screaming.
I would like to just snap their necks.
Absolutely. Let me add 2 vultures to the kill tracker.
Yeah, Tora brings them back to the where we're setting up camp.
Yeah.
And would like to like cut their heads off and then drain the blood into Tora drinks a beer, so he has an empty container, and then drains the blood into the beer. Oh wait, no, we have water now, don't we? So I don't
You
need
do,
to.
I was wondering where you're going
You
with
could
this.
use it as another food source potentially, or another water source.
But we only have our containers are filled with water already. Why would we want to replace water with blood?
Oh,
But
you
what
don't have to
it-
replace it. Just get
Tora,
more.
this is just like Bear Grylls, where he actually prefers drinking his own piss.
Yeah.
So there's water you could drink. You can drink your own piss.
Your family was having a lovely sip of this fresh desert water whilst
Tora's
just
drinking a cup of
squeezing,
blood.
wringing it out of this bird.
Rings out the blood, and then would like to cook up one of the vultures, but having drained the blood of the, like leaves the other one
Yeah,
kind of like
yeah.
hanging up to let it drain out, so it will
course, he's not an
store a
animal.
bit better. Yeah.
Lovely. And yeah, you guys settle down for a restful night's sleep. What's happening with the 7 team?
I think we're enjoying our Deerdelope jerky
Yeah.
and peace. We're enjoying our peace.
Yeah.
I would think that we're still. We've just set up a nice, lovely camp. I am making a guard special called Recaf,
Ooh,
which is where you take the recaf you had before and then you just make it again.
nice.
I think we've settled things down pretty well.
Nice.
We're near the base of the mountains.
Yeah.
So
In the
it's
interest of
peaceful.
time, let's get forward to the next morning. Could I
Okay.
get... I'm going to say, as you're this close to the Pleasure Dome, I'm not going to make you roll on the desert random encounter table, because this is kind of not in the desert. You're basically at the base of the mountains now. So I'm going to
Got
say you guys are able to get to the Pleasure Dome maybe by 2 p.m. What's happening up in Redeem? Are you guys staying there? Are you waiting? What's going on?
All right, Nathaniel. I think our mission could be considered a failure, but I like to think of it as a great success.
I know.
Because-
I think it's success. Nobody's
I-
calling it a failure. It's calling it a failure.
I'm just thinking about what Lopit and Amelia will say.
I hold up the data slate. I guess I'm taking it for you now.
That's
Okay.
true.
We
have-
have information.
We've got
They like
this is
information.
you know what, Amelia, almost too much information sometimes. let's
Sometimes
be
I'm
honest.
worried about how much information she likes.
Sometimes I'm concerned about the amount. I really worry about how much we actually do for the team in comparison to those two. Like, I'm
Yeah,
glad it's just
I-
the two of us here.
Yeah,
Like, I
agree
just wanted to.
completely.
I just want to have a word, and like I understand Lothar, I think, might be intellectually disabled or something like that. So I don't mind a bit of charity service and assisting him, but I really think we just kind of like carry the team in everything we say.
Well,
and
it's
do.
true though. Like, we are the people that make the things happen, and they are the
That's
people
true.
that make things not happen. And
Exactly.
it's like
That's
us
true.
together. Like, it's weird
Wow.
that you get this one at one time and it's not bonding
It's-
time,
it's-
because
it's
it's
very-
awful
it's-
with them, isn't it?
Bro,
They're just-
do you
they're
want
just
to
awful
take
with
our
me.
do you want to take our shirts off and wrestle?
Oh yeah, my shirt is already off. Why
Ah!
are you waiting?
So I'm going to
Ah!
take that as a you guys stay here in Redeem and have homoerotic wrestling as you eat your
Yeah.
vultures.
Yeah, the blood is like we're doing blood under the eyes kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love it.
What you
okay.
saved us just for that?
You guys get over to the Pleasure Dome in the south. I think as as you reach the sort of precipice of the tombs at the bottom of it, I think Sardu turns to you, Amelia, and he holds out the small pendant with the leaf on it. Says, "Here, thank you."
Thank him. I'd take it.
I wish you all the luck that you can have.
You said, right, if he could help us with the clothing.
Yes. Let me think. If you, he says as he thinks over the map of the Pleasure Dome. If you head over to, perhaps, hang on, no, I got some places on here that I forgot about. Perhaps if you head to Velasic Spa, they might have some clothes. If you say that you're looking for something from Mutalali, they will understand what you mean.
Fuck. The last time we went there, we were there with Wrath and I tried to pawn him off as a. Oh, fuck.
Are there?
No.
Okay, I mean, I know your guys' general builds. I can order the clothes.
Oh well, no. I'll go with you. I just yeah.
So if you remember, Velasic Spa is the newly set up spa from Laris Station, which
Okay,
is
now I
where
remember.
Lothar relaxed a man to death.
Yes.
Yeah.
The woman
Yep.
there did recognise you guys. It was the same woman who has been moved over to this new fun new opening of a spa. But Sardu seems to believe that you'd be able to get desert clothing there.
Gotcha. Okay, I mix it up with the other place where what was it now? I tried to pass Orfamiel off as
that was
a
one of the
stripper or
brothels,
something.
not one of the
That was the
spas.
brothels. Very different from a spa in that it costs way more.
Yeah.
Probably.
So yeah, you guys head into the Pleasure Dome, and I think Sardu, as soon as you were within the tombs, he seems to disappear. He seems to know his way around this place better than you do, and turn, and he is gone.
Yeah, so just wish him well, and hopefully he doesn't need to be killed later.
Fingers crossed, eh? But you are back in the Pleasure Dome. You are at the top where it says dock on your maps. For those of you listening at home, I probably can't be bothered to change this from how it currently looks for you, but if you've been listening previously, you should know exactly what this looks like. So,
where's the Fudderux?
Fudderux is in
Right
Fuad
there.
Kurt.
It's in the Fuad Kurt.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Where's is the drive just the drive through this side?
No. There's no drive-through. Remember, it used to have a drive-through, but it was closed down.
Yeah.
Where do we put the horse?
Look, if the Fudderux had a drive-through,
they would just park it in the drive-thru. It would be a real asshole.
Yeah. What do you
we could park it there because they're not using it. Oh, it's a good idea.
What do you want to do with the horse?
Shoot. Didn't think that far ahead. Didn't think we'd have a horse. Not gonna lie.
That's how to get you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I guess we would just walk with the horse. Why not?
Town?
What are they gonna do? This shouldn't be too weird here at the Pleasure Dome, right?
There's been weirder stuff at the Pleasure Dome.
Yeah, like, active gunfights at the...
Yeah.
So
that's fine.
Why don't Lothar, you go with the horse?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we need food and water and gas and
Got
a cart to attach to the horse.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds fine. I'll make sure to,
Then I'll go get desert clothing, and we're good. And BGZ, wherever you want to go.
BGZ nods and heads towards the Fuad Kurt.
I was just saying, we'll meet back here at blah blah blah, whatever.
Yeah. You sync your stopwatches and you go. Amelia, let's do you go into the spa first. So you go in there. It is a lovely, pristine place. It's probably been about a year, I think, since this woman's seen you, so she doesn't really recognise you. She says, "Oh, hello. How can I help?"
Hi, I'm looking to purchase some clothing. I was told your facility might have some from the Holly. What was it? I can't remember the name.
Oh, you mean the Mutlali Oasis experience? Well,
Yes.
Come right this way. And she stands up and after taking, well, she says, "Oh, how many people would this experience be for?"
I need 4 articles of clothing. I guess so. I need a very tall
Okay.
set of male clothing, shorter buffer
Okay.
set of male clothing, and an even shorter set of male clothing.
We do have
with-
child sizes, if that.
Yeah,
would be
with
preferred.
very large armholes.
Oh, I see what we can do.
Oh yeah, Critter's not here.
Yeah, he can probably still hear us. So basically, she leads you into what is essentially a high-intensity tanning booth, which she proudly tells you this is the Mutlali experience. Now, the tanning here is very intense, so we advise these. These are traditional, homegrown, organically made desert nomadic clothes, which are fully authentic for the Mutlali experience. And
I assume they're
naturally,
not authentic at all.
they are close. I'm going to say they're made of synthetic materials rather than the actual materials of the desert
Okay.
nomads, but
They look the part. That's what I'm
importantly,
looking
yes.
for. Yes.
But she says, with obviously your purchase of this experience, you get to keep them as well. It's usually not what people ask for in terms of buying it. We say, "Oh, it's a freebie, take them home. We don't want them after you've sweated in them." But yours. But just flag up the people who are going to come with you, and yeah, enjoy your time and work on that tan. Have fun.
To say, do I actually want a tan? Amelia does like the heat.
I love the idea that Amelia says, "Right, Lothar, go get all this stuff," and she walks back with some clothes and her
To the
nail suits.
spa.
Yeah.
Also, I heard you the long armholes. I reach across the entirety of the dome and slap you.
You get the bits you need. Lothar, what's your shopping experience?
Well, I think the first step is to go to Surplus Plus, because they're probably going to have all the things we need, all in a one-stop shop.
He puts down his rat again and goes, "Ah, you've returned."
I thought the shop owner was a woman, but with that
Because
voice.
the rat has
No?
foreseen.
Why did I think that?
No,
I thought it was. I
It
thought it
It
was
depends
this,
on the shop.
you know this, Lothar.
I
I
guess
don't
that's true.
voice women.
That's very true. That doesn't
I
happen.
can't do it.
Gosh. So
Assume their gender.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good point. Actually, I'm sorry. I assumed gender. Right. So yep, I need foodstuffs. I need fuel stuffs, and I need water stuffs.
By water stuff, I assume you mean water, not Sprite.
Well,
I assume.
the stuffs to then contain water, I suppose. So
I see.
canteens, that sort of deal.
Say no more. Say no more. I think he spends the next hour basically getting all your stuff into a handily sized sort of
No
cart.
caps. No caps.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes, and I need it in a cart form to be pulled by a horse.
A horse. What's that?
Oh,
No, I'm just fucking with you. No, a horse's dickhead. Got him. And then you see him go behind the bar and scratch up a tally on quite a large chart and go, "Fucking
I
got you,
can't
got
believe-
you."
I can't
Fucking
believe
got
you slapped
another
the
one.
back of my head.
Oh.
That
Anyway.
was ow.
I'll see what I've got in the back. I can't promise it. I'll be honest. I've never been asked for a cart a cart for a horse before. But I'll see what I can do.
That makes sense. You usually don't put the cart before the horse.
That is correct. Bye. And he heads into the back after you. He
Making
grabs.
friends.
After a while, he comes back with. I think it's basically a.
Cart?
Yeah, but it's more like an industrial thing for moving pallets around. But you reckon he has kind of.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that you tuck under it and be able to move it by itself. But he's basically moved it horizontally so that you can put stuff on it. So it's not exactly the most supportive of things, but it would absolutely help with 2 wheels to drag things through the desert. He goes, "This is the best I can do. Take it or leave it."
I guess I'm gonna have to take it then.
Love it. Love doing business with you.
My God,
Absolutely.
you're so bad at haggling.
Yeah.
With limitless money, what
8,000
do I care?
thrones, please. Haha, got you.
Yeah. Got you again. Slaps it back in my head.
I always get brought
Alright.
up at your like, what's the term when your bosses look at your thingies and you have a meeting about
Harassment.
it? No.
Harassment.
What?
Definitely harassment.
Oh.
You know, you've had a couple of them where like
Micromanage?
Lane sits down with HR and
Oh, HR,
tells us
performance reviews.
performance reviews. Yeah, I hope this comes up in your performance review. And needlessly
Oh.
spending
So whilst
imperium monies.
I actually track all the people you kill, I also track your budget. And let me tell you, Lane's got some unfortunate news this quarter. We're having to change the budget, so Lothar's being cut from the team. I'm sorry.
Thank God.
It's a small loss, but it's understandable.
But yeah, you get everything you need at Surplus Plus.
Excellent. Is there I don't know, is
can't
there
wait
anything?
for Tora's performance review.
Alright.
Okay, Tora. So you've only killed 8 children this quarter. This is way below the numbers I needed you to be.
Let's face that.
This
Gonna
the
pop
best
those
part
numbers.
is your performance review is going to be the only one written in crayon and done specifically with pictures. Oh my god.
How many gold stars do I have on my sheet?
Right. So no, the only thing I was going to ask was, is there anything attachment wise that I might be able to get here for the long lasts?
Ooh. He chuckles and goes, opening a heavy ledger. What are you buying?
What are you selling?
Yeah. Let's see. What do you want? What can we do for you? Here
I don't
at
know.
Surplus Plus. Surplus
Yes.
plus a little more.
I don't know. I guess first off, I would like replacement magazines. So because I may or may not have blown up one.
Oh, that's really embarrassing. Yeah, that's sure. No worries. Hot shot.
Oh, I should have
Boom.
kept it in my head. Yeah, no, I blew it up. It's a complete accident. Anyway, so I need another magazine there for Long Las. I'd like to try to boost its penetrating power. Do you have anything like that?
Now, here's an interesting thing. So,
Yeah.
There are hotshot charge packs, which
Oh yeah,
do
I remember.
this.
I used to have that on the on the other one there.
Yeah. So here's the thing. This rulebook in my good God-given hands predates some lore about long lasses. Now we've been running it that long lasses are. I hear someone digging through the lore over there. So rules as written, you can put hotshot charge packs in your long las, and up until this point, you have basically just been firing regular lasgun things. I think they're probably a different one than your standard lasgun ones, but whatever. So this adds 1 to its damage, gains deterring quality, and gains a penetration of 4.
Beauteous.
The weapon also loses its reliable quality, and its clip size is reduced to 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So basically, if you really want to pen, you quickly reload, whack it in, and it's the entire charge pack in one shot.
Cool. Give me a couple of those then.
Cool. He literally.
How many will you part with?
2, he says.
Cool. Yeah, that's exactly that's a reasonable amount of penetration.
It fits exactly inside your rig. Look at that. So yeah, that is. I'll show you the rules later. It's fine. What else would you like, if anything?
Well, I guess an update to the scope or something like that. You know, something that can give a little bit of extra bonus to aim or what have you. But if not, that's okay.
I don't think you've got anything more.
There's really not much for the snipers.
Arguably, there's a Praysense site, but that is very rare, and I don't think Surplus Plus has
No.
it in stock. The same with the fucking crazy sites you get, which are like omniscopes. He doesn't have one of those. Lane doesn't have an omniscope, but he wants one. Yeah.
Understandable. So okay, no worries on it. I guess the only thing then is I'll get an extra clip. I'll spend 2 seconds to charge it on the other one that I had.
Yeah.
Back up
It's
to 40
like I don't know if you have these in the US, but it's like an air machine at a petrol station. Like you put a couple of thrones in, and it slowly recharges your data slates or lasgun packs.
Yeah, absolutely. We got those, but sometimes for free.
Ooh.
So yeah, cool. So totally fine.
Yeah.
Then I'll just meet back over at Futter Rock's Burger Shack because that's where we do.
It's just gone up. I had to put air in my tires the other day. It's gone from $1 to $2 to put air into my tires.
Air. It's everywhere.
Just breathe into it.
Inflation is out of control.
It's so funny. But yeah,
I physically hurt.
You were restocked. You were looking hot, and you were ready to rock, Lothar. Where are we going?
Right back to Futter Rock's Burger Shack to wait for Amelia after the spa day.
As you get there, BGZ has been waiting in the queue for, you assume, an hour. the the attendant goes, "Oh, hello. Are you here to order for him? He's not been speaking."
Oh, geez. Yeah, hold on. BGC, what? I mean, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Wouldn't the menu be above where he could point?
Yes.
BGC, could you just, like, hold up how many fingers it is for the thing you're ordering here?
He holds up 3 fingers, which is a shuck shake, strawberry flavour.
Gotcha. He's looking for a struck shake.
Oh yeah, we can do that. Would you
Yeah,
like
strawberry.
to make that a shucky for 1 throne and 99 other things? Sir?
And 99
Cheers.
fancy chairs.
99 fancy shares. I'm gonna look at BGC.
He nods solemnly.
Shuck, yeah, we will.
I like that. And what about you, good sir? Would you like a shucky meal?
A shucky milk does sound nice right about now. We have been working hard.
Oh,
Yeah, and if you could get a couple of number 9s there,
oh,
just
okay.
for the road.
Yeah, no worries. Right, you do take a seat. I'll be right over.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
He brings over the Shucktastic Shuck Shake, strawberry flavour, and yeah, your number 9s, and yeah, it is lovely. It's
Goodies.
it's Shucktastic, you could say. Shuck yeah.
Shuck, yeah. Oh, I probably should say, outside, obviously the horse is tied up to what I assume is a railing next to the window.
Yeah.
Or something, so we're able to stare at the
It's
carted
breathing
horse.
through the.
It's just huffing, and
through
it's
the-
like, God, I wish that was me.
What's
I
the
wish
name
it
of the
was-
horse? You've ridden it for half a day now.
Right now it's the horse
Blurby.
with no name.
That is true.
But I don't know. I haven't thought of a good name for the horse yet. You know what? I like that actually. I feel like that would be BGC's one like out for having to speak in binary is just saying Avila in like broke as and then
Yeah.
never again. I'll give that some
That's
thought.
fine.
I'll
That's
get
fine.
back to you on that
You
one.
don't know the horse's gender yet. I'll point out. I've been very, very careful not to refer to it as either.
Totally fair. Oh, you know
yeah.
what? Actually, maybe horser.
Horserer. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. The horse heresy.
Yeah, the horse heresy would be
Warm up
great.
the horse.
Horseless heresy.
So it's just this horse is breathing on the window, fogging it up, staring at Lothar and BGC,
You know what?
just thinking one day.
You know what? I hate. I really like calling it heresy because it'll be the horse heresy.
Kill for the living,
Alright,
kill
done.
for the dead, horse Lupercal.
Horse so
Oh, let me open up Photoshop. I'll be back.
All right, excellent.
Lovely. So, yeah. So I take it Amelia swings open the saloon
I was
doors.
just saying she'll come by a little bit later, having
Yeah.
actually decided to go ahead and get cleaned up. Her metal is
Had a tip
nice
job.
and shine.
crazy.
She has a little tan. She's wearing the desert clothes. She's got a few bags of it for everyone else.
So you've basically become Zendaya from June.
Yeah.
I'm
What'd
gonna
you
look.
say? I couldn't hear that.
Zendaya from June?
I don't
Channing.
know.
He's saying you're wearing a still suit. No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're wearing some ragged desert robes.
So I'm assuming that yeah.
BGG says you have changed your appearance, Amelia. Optimum.
That's what I got for the rest of us. Although, you know what? Fuck it. I also got one for BGZ.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
If he decides he wants to wear something, and
does.
then it'd
He
still be
does.
bulky and robotic underneath.
Yeah. He's one of the gang now. He's loving it. Lovely. For the sake of time, as it's reaching the end of the day, you're having a lovely evening meal at Federux. Meanwhile, these guys are nude and wrestling, covered in ostrich.
Yeah, I like the dichotomy of like getting all cleaned up and fresh
Yeah.
while they're devolving into monkeys.
I think that. And with that lovely thought, that's this episode of the Occupod. I hope you enjoyed listening, and I hope you'll listen again next time.
Bye.
Good night.